left half of that. Let you guys know that you are all being recorded right now, because apparently that's what I'm supposed to say. And you are on in 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chaz the Icon Evans, and you are listening to The 3 Count! Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chaz Evans, and you are listening to our WrestleMania review, and this is The 3 Count. And with me is always my tag team partner, my partner in crime, the second in command of the 3 Count, the man that makes the show run. He is Cliff, the Red Dog Miller.
And now my catchphrase. That's my catchphrase. That's it.
Got it. And second, he is the 25-time United States coronavirus man-hunting African-American Universal WWE Intercontinental Champion. He is Chris Isle.
Always happy to be here.
And always here by my side since 2002 established, he is my little brother. He is JJ.
I would like to thank the sidewalks for keeping me off the streets. Make sure you guys wash your hands, deadly times.
And with us, a special guest. If you heard on the Super Pod last week, he is the, what do you call him? The admin? I guess you call him the admin, right? He's the admin of the Facebook group, Nerds of Wrestling. He has his own podcast. He's talked to a bunch of indie wrestlers, more than I can count. His name is Justin Del Rio.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Make sure, remember, he's not affiliated with Alberto Del Rio. Just wanted to put that out there.
I'm nowhere related to him at all. So
he's so humble. He doesn't want to get, I get it. He's your uncle, and you don't want to put that spotlight on you.
That's wild. Because you already knew that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our WrestleMania review. We're going to go through every last WrestleMania match that was too big for one night, because honestly, they could have put it on one night, but hey, coronavirus. But we're going to go through every match. We're going to give it our ratings just like we've done before. This time, we're going to do a new thing. We're going to keep track of our predictions. So I, in my handy-dandy 3-count notebook, has all of our predictions. So we'll see who was right and who was wrong. So Justin Del Rio, you can laugh and see who was right and who was wrong.
Yes.
But before we begin, I got some announcements that I got to get through. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Super Pod, Greatest Wrestler of All Time, Part 1 has been released. If you have not listened to it already, pause this podcast right now. Go back and listen to it. It's the first 2 rounds. It's part 1. Justin is on there. Ken Washington, whatever his last name is, from No Spots Podcast is on there. Martin from Franken Culture, he's on there. We talk about who is the greatest wrestler of all time. So part 1 is up. Go pause this podcast. Do not listen to this if you have not listened to the GOAT Super Podcast. It's the crossover. You never know you need it. So go ahead and listen to that. Part 2 will be airing this Wednesday. You will find out who we voted as the greatest wrestler of all time. And I promise you, it's somebody who you really didn't really expect. Promise me and trust me on that one.
And no, it's not Billy Kidman.
No, it is not. Billy Kidman wasn't even in the first round.
And it wasn't Sam either.
So, anyway, also, Big Trouble Ben Bishop, ladies and gentlemen, for those indie darling lovers right there. Big Trouble Ben Bishop will be on the show on April 20th, ladies and gentlemen. We got our first indie wrestler coming on the 3 count. He'll be on the show, giving it up, giving his love, his support, and he will be in the hot seat debating whatever we're going to talk about on the April 20th show. Hopefully there's still wrestling to talk about.
I can't wait for the earthquaking, pillar shaking leader of the Meat Pop Express. Oh, it's going to be awesome.
You're a fan, I can tell.
I am. So, Mark.
You gotta
And-
be professional, man. You gotta stay professional.
No. Fuck that. We're on this show where we debate wrestling topics. I'll be a fucking fan if I want to, and I'll say what I want. I'm a fan of Chris Idols. I tell him that all the time while, I'm making fun of him. I'm a fan of
There you
Chaz Evans while I'm making fun of him about how I beat him before. It doesn't matter. I'm still a fan.
I'm about to say, you make fun of me the most. Let's put it out there. You make fun of me the most.
Actually, the guy behind you, I make fun of the most.
That's actually true. JJ gets the most slack. And if you listen to the Super Pod, greatest wrestler of all time podcast, and if you like hearing JJ get bullied, go listen to that shit. Because he gets bullied for 2 hours straight. Exactly my point. So, before we get into the WrestleMania review, Cliff, it is time for my favorite segment of the 3 count, and that is the Red Dog Power Rankings.
Oh, let's go. You see, I just took Napster's thing. That's what happens. So, really quick, want to give a lot of love to Hollow Drive. For their song, their cover of Danger Zone. I really enjoy it, and they just want a shout out, so we give it that. So let's start this off, right? We're gonna go with April 5th. So normally we do a top 10. For this instance, because it's WrestleMania, we did a top 20, and to that I didn't give a fuck. I cheated. So number 20, we have 2 matches actually that I couldn't really decide what was gonna be number 20. But big win by John Morrison, as well as a great match with Sami Zayn from WrestleMania. I decided to include those both at number 20 spot, so that's where we start. Number 19, we welcome Kushida back from his match on NXT. I thought it was deserving of a spot as well, so we threw it on there. It doesn't matter what you think. Number 18, Aleister Black. His WrestleMania match was deserving of a spot, so we put it up there. Number 17, Dakota Kai with her NXT match. I thought it was phenomenal, so I wanted to include that. Moving up, number 16. This is another match from WrestleMania, and a lot of people probably have problems with it. I don't really care. Otis made the list. I like that match. Number 15. Normally, I don't include squash matches, but I had to include this match. It was AEW's own Lance Archer destroying people's lives. That's what we saw. I don't know what happened to Marco Stunt. I can only imagine he's probably not coming back for a while. Number 14, we got to include another match from AEW, Sheeta. I just can't lie. I loved watching her do her thing. Number 13, this was a match that I don't think we expected to happen. Well, some of us did, some of us didn't. I'll be one that didn't. Charlotte Flair comes at number 13. Number 12, we have Bliss and Cross at WrestleMania. Number 11, on NXT, I like this match a lot. I don't know why I ranked it so high. So, Dexter Lumis was amazing. We're going to go up to number 10. We have Drew McIntyre and his big win at WrestleMania. Number 9, Braun Strowman and his match is what we'll call it. So let's go with number 8.
Fuck that guy.
Number 8. This was actually a really great match. I thought this was deserving. Velveteen Dream moving in. I love that matchup. Number 7, Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Number 6, this was probably my favorite, and any other week, I think this would be top match. But let's talk about that gauntlet match with Shotzi Blackheart and all the wins that she was picking up. I loved watching her do her thing. Number 5.
Yeah.
Hey, do not. Hey, she is amazing. I love watching her, especially when she used
I
to drive
can't
that.
stand her. She looks terrible.
I think someone said that she looks like a booger, and
That's
I was.
That's
I
exactly
don't
what
know,
she looks
bro.
like.
She's what?
But I liked it, so I liked all the wins. I thought she looked really good, and her submission move was actually pretty fly too.
She
so.
looks like coronavirus.
Okay, that's kind of mean.
I don't give a
Well,
shit.
first of all, okay, you know what? Ask Chris. He will tell you.
You're right, Chris. What doesn't she look like coronavirus? Because we all know you have it.
Actually,
Essential worker.
coronavirus looks like Ruby Riot, but that's another topic. For
Oh God!
So, number 5,
Continue.
we have Sammy Guevara and Shawn Spears at AEW. I really like their tag team match. Number 4, everybody's gonna have a problem with this one, but I'm okay with that. Kenny Omega.
Fuck him.
Number 3, triple threat match, takeover type match. Keith Lee getting it done.
It's a fucking monster.
Number 2, the longest match in WrestleMania. So give it up. I really did like Edge's match as long as it was. I was definitely agreeing with it. And number 1 is a tie, and this is why I said I could do what I want. Undertaker and Bray Wyatt.
Okay, we'll give you a
I gotta
pass.
agree with that one. Yeah.
We'll give you a
So
Will, who do you speak for? Speak for yourself.
It's a
I gotta agree with
democracy, right? Democracy.
so let's
This is my show. This is a monarchy, motherfucker.
Damn.
Oh my god.
So that was last week, but we are going to jump into this week's power rankings. So we're going to start off at number 10, Dolph Ziggler on SmackDown, and I will let you know ahead of time, he'll be the only one that's from SmackDown on this list.
Because SmackDown sucks.
So
Yeah.
moving to
It's
number 9,
upsetting.
this was a return match. This was a squash match, but with so much wrestling going on today, I thought we have to include this. Nia Jax is on this list. I'm surprised she didn't blow an ACL again. Number 8, Cody Rhodes. I thought Cody's match was really great. Number 7, this one, I feel like I probably should have ranked this one a little lower because there was 3 different fucking matches for this, but ultimately Bianca Belair and the Street Profits have made this list. Number 6, our new team of Air Force Ones, Ricochet and Cedric Alexander made this list.
Air Force.
Nope, that's the name. That is
That's
their
the
name.
And we're sticking
Ricochet
with
and
it.
Cedric Alexander is called Air Force One. I will not accept anything other than that.
Nike lawsuit incoming.
I don't care if WWE does not call them that. On this show, we will call them Air Force One.
Yo, hey, and you know who came up with that name? Lance Storm. Of all the people to come up with that name, Lance
Wow.
fucking Storm. Yeah, I was like, yo, you are
Okay.
boring as shit, and you came up with the best tag name. I'm like, I will give you that, Air Force Ones. Number 5, the longest match on NXT, Johnny Gargano made this list.
Oh,
Number 4, following his victory at WrestleMania, Aleister Black. I really did like this match with Apollo Crews, by the way, so I definitely had to put this up. Number 3, these are my top 3 favorite matches. I'm not even gonna lie. Asuka moves in after her domination of Liv Morgan. Sheeta, which I'm not gonna lie, that Britt Baker match was really good. I really liked it a lot. And then my last but not least, my favorite match and my favorite wrestler of this week, Io Shirai.
oh wow, you get a clap from JJ, so you know you did good.
I did, I guess. I don't know.
Alrighty, so is that's the power rankings?
That is our power rankings. for
Ah.
last week's.
I got a couple discrepancies, but we can talk about that off air. I think it's just the Asian demographic. I just don't get. I'm just gonna put that at that. So,
Kenny.
not even Kenny. Just Kushida. I don't understand. What is her name?
No.
The girl that faced Britt Baker.
Sheeta.
Yeah, her name.
Kushida?
Her.
Britt should have won.
Britt.
Yeah, I love
At
it.
Britt
Yeah,
won.
y'all know how
Britt
I already
Baker.
had
I love
my
Britt
rant.
Baker.
I know.
I already had my rant about the AEW women's division. I'm not going to go into it.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into that
That
now.
was your favorite.
What? What'd you say?
We're talking about your favorite
Who?
wrestler. Your
Who?
female wrestler.
Y'all gonna stop. I'm gonna fire every last one of y'all. I do this podcast by my damn self. Goddamn Riho. She look like a fucking hoe.
Okay, that's kind of me.
I don't give a damn. Y'all know this show is not a family show. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
She's like 12 years old.
I don't give a fuck. I can't stand her.
Damn.
It's like Riho like robbed you or something. Like
You would have, yeah, she robbed me of my time and the disbelief as a wrestling fan. You want me to sit here and believe? I'm not getting into
Here we
it.
go again. Here we go again. It's gonna.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it today.
hell
You
school.
guys need to just
Not
listen past that.
Asian schoolgirl is gonna beat the beast. Nyla Rose. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I have another aneurysm and they need to put me in the hospital, we're going to talk about Diet WrestleMania.
Man, zero.
WrestleMania Zero, WrestleMania Light. Ladies and gentlemen, too big for one night. WrestleMania live at the, not live, but at the Performance Center. This is our review. We did this not too long ago with the AEW Revolution pay-per-view. We're going to go through every match. We're going to give our thoughts on it, and each of us is going to give it a 1, 2, 3, or a 5-star rating. Or if it was complete ass, we're going to give it a fucking dud. I'm going to tell you now, one match gets a dud from me. But we'll get to that.
I just
So-
feel like I know what match that is.
You probably will know what match that is, my guy. You probably will. So, with that being said, let us get into the 3 counts WrestleMania review. All right, guys. So, we're going to start with the first match. We're not going to go in order from night 1, night 2, but what we will talk about before we get into it is overall, I hated night 1. Okay, Saturday night, I hated it. I had a fit. I threw chairs. I was throwing things. You can ask my little brother. He watched it with me.
It was the most entertaining part of night 1.
Exactly, and he's saying something when the person watching it is the most entertaining thing.
You should have live streamed it, bro. You should have been on Facebook or something.
Should have. You're right, Justin. I should have.
Night 1 was my favorite. I think I enjoyed the show genuinely, but I also enjoyed that you hated the show and your reaction. I think that enhanced night 1. Night 2, you were too happy and positive. I think that's why I brought down night 2 for me.
I enjoyed night 2 for what it was. I enjoyed night 2. What about you, Cliff?
I just wanted to do this, and I know our listeners can't see this, but you guys can check out the clip show.
You're right. That was me.
The Britt Baker.
Because I was so upset. Listen, I'm going to, you know what we'll do is, Cliff, we'll post that picture of me. And that is the legit reaction I had to night 1 as a whole. Okay? Because I absolutely could not stand night 1. Night 2 was a lot better. I enjoyed night 2. Night 2 actually felt like WrestleMania for me. Maybe because it was on a Sunday.
Yeah,
And-
I get that.
Maybe it was on a Sunday and it felt like WrestleMania. But hey, that's that. So
I liked it.
you like night 2? I mean night
I
1?
like night. I mean, I was thrown off by things that happened in night 1, but when I went back and watched, I was like, maybe it was just 'cause of
terrible.
the shock and awe factor at first, but
Yeah.
I went back and watched. I was like, it really wasn't that bad. I mean, I don't know what happened to JJ Fart next to you. Is that what's going on right now? Like, I don't know.
That you enjoyed night 1. That's my
Well, first of all, I didn't sit around for fucking 3 hours. My hands like in a praying position, like I was Britt Baker.
I was
You know,
praying
Britt Baker.
God,
That's who you
I
are.
was praying to God that he saved me from the bullshit that was night 1.
Praying to Seth.
You.
That's another thing.
Oh my.
That's another thing. Y'all not gonna disrespect my Lord and Savior like that,
Oh my,
okay?
Seth.
Oh, stop!
He's,
You
he's
raised
not.
the family, JJ. Listen,
He's
our
not.
grandma heard you would smack you twice with a shoe. You talking about some oh my Seth? This oh my God, okay? God. Gee, like we not celebrating Easter.
Yeah.
Resurrection Sunday.
Tomorrow.
Anyway, let's get on to the WrestleMania review. So I'm not going in order from the matches. So we're going from the order that I wrote the matches down on my handy dandy 3-count notebook. So first match up is Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. Like I said, we're keeping track on who was correct in their predictions in our WrestleMania review with the Muscle Man Malcolm. If you have not heard that show, pause and go back and listen. So, with that being said, Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. The only people that got this right out of the 3-count clan was Chris Idol and the Red Dog. And as we know, Otis was the victor in that match. If we saw on SmackDown that Sonya Deville and Dolph Ziggler were in cahoots to ruining the whole Mandy Rose and Otis date. We got that on SmackDown, which was the night before, and so the match we got was Otis and Dolph Ziggler. Otis win. Mandy came out. She smacked the shit out of Sonya, so I guess that means Fire and Desire is not a tag team anymore. Oh, boo-hoo, because that was the only cool tag team that was a women that was cool. So, but Idol, Cliff, we'll start you two off first. Give us your thoughts on the match because you guys were the ones that got it right. Then after Mr. Justin, you will go after them, and then me and Josh will piggyback after you. Give it your rating. Tell us your thoughts first, and then give us your star rating.
You want first?
I don't care who first, because this match, honestly, I was upset that Dolph didn't win his first singles match in WrestleMania. So
Look here. Okay, you know how we say never bet against a Flair? Never bet on Dolph fucking Ziggler. He will let you down every time.
Oh, 100%.
But I enjoyed the match. It got the payoff that everybody expected coming. Otis gets the girl. That's the way it should have went. Shouldn't have went any other way. It was good. I give it 3. I give it 3 stars. Yeah, I give it a 3. 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I'll have to agree. I'd give it a 3 out of 5. I thought the story was cool. I mean, just like leading into WrestleMania, and I thought that in the end, like you were gonna have to have that feel good moment. It kind of sucked. It came at Dolph's expense because I know so many people on this podcast wanted him to get his first victory at WrestleMania, but it wasn't gonna fucking happen because he's Dolph fucking Ziggler, and he loses to everybody. I'm surprised. Had they put this with like Lucha House Party, he would have lost to Kalisto. Okay, just putting that out there.
I would cancel my network subscription if that
Honestly,
happened.
he would have though. He would have.
But I just think that Otis was the right person, right pick, and even in the way it happened with Mandy coming out and doing her thing, I think everything worked out. I was more shocked at the end when Mandy leaned over and kissed Otis. I was like, it's just kind of takes on Good for Otis, not so great for Mandy.
Yeah, no, it was good for what it was. We all kind of knew Otis was gonna go over and get the girl at the end.
Chaz didn't.
And, we saw a face turn from Mandy. So I think Fire and Desire, you guys are right. It's done, no longer a thing. And I give it like a 3 out of 5.
I feel like the tag team name should be Fired and Still Desired.
I'm on board with it.
So my rating would be a C+.
Oh, here he go with these fucking letters. I clearly said. I want to make sure I was clearly heard, right? I said a 1 through 5 stars, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure I said that. That's all. Go ahead, continue.
I only wanted Ziggler to win because it's his first singles. I personally didn't have a problem with Otis winning. The storyline for me was kind of like the really intriguing part going into WrestleMania. So I thought it was solid. Otis gets the girl. Kudos to them. Yeah, it was cool.
So here's my issue with this. Okay, first of all, coronavirus is a real thing, and if Mandy Rose kissed Otis, like we know, I mean, if anyone who followed Xavier Woods on Twitter, he said something, and me and him were on the same wavelength because I thought the same exact thing when that happened. I was like, oh, like they haven't really even had a first date yet, and they're already kissing. Because if it was me, I wouldn't kiss no female after the first date. That's just me. But then again, I give it a 3 out of 5 as well. Match was good. Yes, we all know Otis. He gets the girl. It's the typical story. Good guy gets the girl in the end. Too bad it doesn't happen in real life. But yeah, I enjoyed the match for what it was. Personal reasons, I like Dolph. That's why I had picked Dolph to win. But all in all, 3 out of 5 for me. What is your problem?
I like Dolph Ziggler too, but it's just they're not doing anything for him anymore. Nothing happening.
Dolph?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Dolph is at this point in his career. Dolph is just a whipping boy.
If they were going to push him, it should have been in 2013, 2014.
Exactly. I agree with you, Justin. They should have pushed him in 2014. But Dolph is Dolph's the whipping boy at this point.
Exactly.
Like you saw on SmackDown, like they put him with apparently Sonya is with Dolph now. Like what? Yeah. Like, are we supposed to forget that Sonya's a gay? Like she's gay? Are we supposed to forget that?
They're friends. You got to put the two losers together. You got to put the two losers together.
Oh yeah, put the two
so
losers
they can
right
together. So that when Otis and Mandy beat them in the mixed tag match, so they can lose together.
Facts. So
wait a minute though. I have a bone to pick with you right now. Okay.
A bone to pick with me?
Yeah, with you. You said the good guys never get the girl in the end. That's what you said, right? In real life it doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen like that. No,
Are you a heel then in real life? Is that what we're saying? Like no. You?
Well, listen, don't get me started, Cliff. Don't get me started because you know I'm a heel.
You done press the button.
You don't get me started on my heel 365.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Oh gosh.
You should have done that.
Yeah. I can't wait to see this now.
I'm just saying. I don't want to get into personal business on the podcast, but we know I'm a heel 365.
All right, whatever.
Moving on. So next match on my list, because I'm not going in order, Bobby Lashley versus Aleister Black. So the two that got this correct in our WrestleMania preview was the host, myself, Chaz Evans, the icon, and Cliff Red Dog Miller. So we picked Aleister Black to win. The other two, meaning Chris Idol and JJ, were wrong. So me and Cliff will start off giving our thoughts. I'll start off by saying I knew this was going to happen. WWE doesn't like black people. We all know that.
Unless you're Samoan.
God.
Unless you're Samoan, they don't like black people. So, and honestly, Aleister Black's getting the push. He's always beating up local talent. And sooner or later, Aleister Black's going to get a mega push. And this was just another step in that process. So, I give the match, honestly, I give it a 1.5 out of 2. I mean, not out of 2. I'm sorry.
I was like, that's actually really good.
Wait, I'm agreeing with you over
I'm
here.
out of 5. This match was honestly, this could have been on the pre-show for all I care.
Oh, 100%. It didn't even have to happen.
Honestly, you could have put this on YouTube as a free match as they do, and I would have been perfectly fine with it because this didn't really need to be on the WrestleMania card.
Facebook Live on the WWE page.
On Facebook fucking Live, for Christ's sake. But yeah, that's what he gets for me. 1.5 out of 5. What about you, Cliff?
You know what? I love like the long story that's getting built for this matchup. It was incredible. I thought like the story of just like how hard it was for Bobby Lashley to rise up, and then for Aleister. No, this match was a 1-star match. let's be honest. There was no real build to it. There was nothing to it. Obviously, we know that Rusev was supposed to be like that person against Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, but because he hasn't signed his new deal yet, WWE was like, fuck off. We don't want to put you on the goddamn show, so we're just going to put Black in the spot that is going to happen. And I made a point. I can't really say it on the air because I have light skin. Chaz, maybe you can be the person that says exactly what I quoted in a chat room. But yeah, I agree with your point about Aleister Black and WWE not liking certain people.
They don't like niggas. I'll put it out there flat and layman terms. They don't like niggas unless you're Samoan.
And why the hell is Titus O'Neil on my screen?
Because Titus O'Neil makes them money and he's a good philanthropist. That's why.
I refer to it.
Titus is a good public figure.
Draw money if he had paper and a green crayon.
Anyway, go ahead.
I was gonna say that my biggest problem was that they had a Dutchman beat a black guy. And it's been like his last 3 opponents, he's just beating black people. I was like, I have a small issue with this, WWE. We need to really think about what we're doing and putting out there. Because it's kind of fucked up that you're letting the Dutch go around just beating people who are African American.
Bobby Lashley was doing A-OK with Leo Rush as his manager. That's what I'm going to say. That was the last thing Bobby Lashley good ever did. And they fucking wiped that away. Why? I do not know. But we're going to keep going. That's another topic for the podcast on another episode. But
I'm
Justin, you go ahead. And then JJ, you'll go. And then Idol, you'll finish them off.
Yeah, no. It was a match that, in my opinion, did not need to happen. There's no point to the match. It was just a filler. And I give it like a 1 point, just a 1 out of 5. It didn't need to happen, and it should have been a squash, in my opinion, with, Aleister Black going over. I'm surprised with the length on how long it was. I could have sworn it was going to be a squash, but I was wrong.
JJ, go ahead.
All right. So I was one of the people that, was stupid and thought Bobby was gonna win. I just thought that I thought Bobby needed it more. Like you guys said, this match should have probably been on a pre-show, and if not on a pre-show, shouldn't have happened. My grade for it will be.
It should have been on Facebook fucking Live.
My grade for it is a fucking failure. It's an F.
Oh wow.
I didn't care about the match. I was on my phone. I was probably playing Union Cross or something. I can't remember what I was playing. All I'm gonna say is, yeah, the match sucked. There was no build up for it. I'm tired of Lana and Lashley together. It's ran its course already.
They're getting a divorce soon.
It's over and done with. Rusev, I'm tired of the Rusev Lana always breaking up. It's stupid. They've done it too many times at this point.
I was at their wedding. It was quite beautiful.
I thought so too, Justin. I was front and center.
God, man, that show was terrible.
What about you, Idol?
So boring.
Yeah, I like the match more than you guys did. I'd give it a 2 out of 5. Nothing wrong with it. But like you
One
said,
more.
no story or build up. But there was nothing wrong with it. They didn't do anything wrong. It, wasn't terrible. It just, it existed.
Real quick, if Lashley was gonna win, he wouldn't have. I would have honestly, if I was gonna book it, I would have booked Lashley to win dirty. Have Lana distract the referee or something. Have Lashley hold on to the rope, dirty pin or something. But
It's not 2007. Lashley doesn't do matches in WWE.
Also, Idol, can we acknowledge the fact that Lashley was wrestling in pants?
yeah,
Yeah, that's how you knew it was over.
Listen here.
It was over.
I'm going to put it out here right now. When muscled up wrestlers go from trunks to tights, it's because they stopped working legs.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
I'm
I'm
not
not going to
either.
disagree with that.
Trump
I like the tights he
show
had.
Your muscular legs. If you hide them, that means you stopped working them.
No leg day for you, Bobby.
So the next match is Elias. Oh God. Why do I have to talk about Elias versus King Corbin? The only person that got this match in the prediction was JJ. So you can start off with your thoughts and your rating. I'll go after. No, you know what? I'm gonna go last. Cliff, you'll go after JJ. Idol, you'll go after Cliff. Justin, you'll go after Idol, and I'll try to salvage what's left of this stupid ass match.
First of all, I want to say I called it. I'd like to thank everybody for, I thank my brain for telling me that Elias was going to win. I don't like Corbin. Fuck Corbin. Fuck Corbin to the day I die. There's no reason why that man should have retired Kurt Angle, and I was right. And all I'm going to say is my rating for this match would probably be a D.
Is that what you give it?
Yeah, a D.
Interesting. It's interesting that you would give it the D. He said, fuck Corbin till the day I die. I give this match the D. That's what he said.
I'll give this match a D. Not the D.
Whatever. That's what I heard. I mean, I'm not going to replay it back on the podcast and listen again. I heard you say, I will fuck Corbin till the day I die and give him this D. That's what I said.
I just said fuck Corbin till the day.
So, with that, this match sucked. 100%. I was not a fan. I felt like even if you tried to like salvage a little bit, Corbin doing like the same move like 3 or 4 times, it was just kind of like, you know what, I'm not into it. I think I would have rated this a little higher had Corbin won. I thought maybe that'd be kind of fun to see. But long story short, I gave this half a star. And
damn.
Yeah.
Dang. That's
better than what I would have given it.
So half a star, and had Elias lost, I probably would have given this maybe like a 1.5. So it is what it is.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't remember shit about this match other than Elias winning. Because I was like, wait, what? And then I heard his theme song and I was like, that's what it sounds like? Because I've never heard it because he never wins.
You're not wrong.
I was surprised that Elias won. I don't like his theme song and I don't remember the match, so I'm going to give it a dud.
Yeah, no, I give it like a 2 out of 10. It was boring. I mean, I'm happy Elias won, but I feel like it wasn't a match that needed to happen. So, yeah, 2 out of 10.
All right, folks. So, we've reached the portion of where I'm going to talk about this match.
Oh, God.
If we remember, let's take our time machine, right? Let's go back.
Uh-oh.
Elias fell
Beep, 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 boop, beep.
to his death. Just put that in. Just let our listeners just marinate on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
Elias fell to his death off the whatever you want to call it, the NXT crow's nest, whatever perch that you want to call
Balcony,
it,
something, whatever.
Falcons, whatever the fuck it is. He fell, and he landed on concrete. Okay, not the padded floor that's outside of the ring. He landed on concrete, the stuff that they make the sidewalk with. Let that marinate, ladies and gentlemen. Let that marinate for a second.
Oh,
I'll
God.
give you like 4 seconds to marinate on it. He shouldn't have been able to wrestle. Elias came out like nothing ever fucking happened.
It's the
Like
plot.
he just had his whole Scar and Mufasa moment. Like he didn't just go, Simba! He fell on fucking concrete. And what the fuck happened? He came out and smacked him with a fucking guitar.
Like I said, by the way.
Selling what? Absolutely nothing. And you want to know what the fucking finish was? A fucking roll-up, and he was holding the tights. The baby face of the fucking match. The face was cheating to fucking win. Bullshit. You know what the fuck it gets from me? For the viewers at home who cannot see what I'm about to put up, it's gonna spell D-U-D. Fucking dud. This match was completely asinine. It was fucking stupid from the jump. This feud was stupid. This feud makes me want to watch the fucking Teletubbies. Good gracious. What green planet on motherfucking Earth would want to watch Elias and fucking Baron Corbin wrestle with no fucking psychology, no wrestling talent, no nothing? This shit was stupid. I fucking hated it. For Christ's sake, I'd rather watch fucking Asuka versus fucking Ho wrestle in a 30-minute Iron Man match than watch this bullshit. Next fucking match.
So I take it you enjoyed it?
Now we know why you wanted to go last.
This is how I fucking feel. That's how I feel about that bullshit of a match. God damn.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Well, he's
I
mad.
can't wait to clip that.
Shit, man. That shit was stupid.
But bro, I have to say something real quick.
What do you have to say about that stupid ass match? I ain't never been so pissed off at a WrestleMania match than when goddamn Undertaker beat Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25. God fucking damn. This was stupid as fuck. No fucking psychology. No fucking intellectual. This is why people think wrestling is fake. This is why. When you put on bullshit like this,
Hashtag bring back Brawl for All.
fuck that bullshit. Jesus Christ.
But no,
Was that you on night one? After that whole match was over?
That shit made sense. Fucking Elias did a whole Mufasa death fall. You couldn't make me believe if he would have screamed to his fucking mother. God damn. You gotta be
Oh my
fucking
god.
kidding me. And y'all, and they put this on fucking WrestleMania. The granddaddy of them all. The showcase of the immortals. Fuck that shit. That's why this is Diet WrestleMania. Fucking stinks.
So the rest of the show.
What?
the rest of the show.
Yo, what's the next match?
You're
Hey,
right.
what's the next match, bro?
Fucking pissing mood. Cause damn, man, that match was complete asinine. Anyway, next fucking match. See, Justin Del Rio don't know. I get pissed off on this show every.
Yeah, no,
He
you're
was-
passionate, bro. I'm passionate too.
He was on the super, so he didn't see me go ballistic, batshit crazy. Goddamn shit. What's the next fucking match? I can't even read my fucking notes. All right. Oh. Shit. Sip of my sippy cup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Drink some of your happy juice.
Take a breath, buddy. It's okay.
No, it's not okay because they put this shit on fucking on live network and had people pay fucking $59.99 for that fucking bullshit. It is not okay.
If there's a person out there listening, I'm sorry. If you paid $60 for WrestleMania, you're fucking stupid.
A fucking idiot. That's what the fuck you are. You're a fucking. And you need to go get checked out for fucking mental retardation, coronavirus, and fucking diabetes.
Okay. Okay. I wouldn't say all that. Okay.
God damn. Anyway,
We're
the
gonna
next
have
match.
Chaz said it for you.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't thinking any of that though.
Beyonce didn't even like that fucking shit. And that tells you fucking something. Shit. Anyway, next match.
Next match.
Kevin Owens versus Seth fucking Rollins. God damn it. Shit. And everybody got that right because we all know who the fuck was winning. The Monday Night Messiah. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Seth Rollins beat Kevin Owens. Now, granted, we didn't expect that Kevin Owens would have, after he got his ass beat, would have said, let's do this again. No, it's not the case. So, with that being said, I give the match, I give it a 4 out of 5. All in all, which includes the no disqualification portion of the match. I enjoyed it. I give it 4 out of 5. Kevin Owens is the new Shane McMahon. He does death-defying bumps, and he has to have WrestleMania moments. So, yeah, gives a 4 out of 5 for me. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. What the fuck it was, even though there was none of his disciples showed up. But yeah, 4 out of 5. Go ahead, Idol. What do you think?
I'd give it 4 1/4. 4 1/4. I really enjoyed the match. I was really looking forward to this. Big fan of both guys. I liked it. Big fan of the Kevin Owens bump from the top of the WrestleMania sign. Because I'm gonna tell you how it was like for me watching it. So he hit Seth, put him on the table, and I looked down for a second. I think I was eating or something. I can't remember. Somebody might have texted me. I can't remember. But next thing I know, I looked up.
3-count chat. I'm honestly, there's probably a 3-count chat blowing up because we just talk shit doing wrestling shows. That's all we do, guys.
Yeah, I put you guys on mute.
Basically.
I put you guys on mute on that.
So I looked down, and then I looked back up, and I'm like, what the fuck? I see Kevin up on the sign, and I'm like, how did he fucking get up there? Because I didn't see him climb up there. And then I was like, oh my God. Now I thought Seth was going to move. That's what I thought was going to happen. I was like, oh, Seth's going to move. But no, Seth did not move. And Seth sold it beautifully. He sold it like his ribs fucking shattered.
Yeah.
And I really loved that. He's like, Kevin, please, I can't breathe. And Kevin's still hit him with a stunner. And I was like, that's amazing. I love it. That's exactly what Kevin should have done because Seth has been a piece of shit leading up to this match.
Yeah.
So 4 1/4. I love this match. My favorite match, actual match of night 1.
All right, Justin.
Yeah, no, I gotta agree. It was good build up. They both went out there. They did their thing. The better man won. I give it a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. JJ.
For no crowd, KO was doing some crazy ass shit.
That was my issue. I'm like, there's nobody there. What the fuck are you doing this for?
So all I'm gonna say is kudos to Kev. Oh, keep going. Yeah, kudos to Kevin because there was no crowd and there was no need for you to take that or just do that insane. I mean, just imagine if there was a crowd. Holy moly, that would be cool. Even though I know
that place would have went nuts.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, honestly, I would give it a B plus. It was solid.
Red Dog.
Fuck, it's just a number. Jesus, fucking letters. Anyway, all right, so I had an issue with this match, right? And it just goes to the point, and I understand who Kevin Owens is, right? And the Owens fight kind of deal. But when he got hit in the head with the bell, and they rang the bell, he fucking won. He won the match. Like, the good guy won. And all of a sudden, he just picked the microphone, was just like, Seth, that's not how we're going to do this. Get back in this ring and no disqualification. And you're like, what? Dude, you won the fucking match. Why do you need to start this back up? Like, to me, I was like,
He's not a hero, Cliff.
shut up, okay? We just established in the last match, and it didn't fucking matter.
Clearly, because baby faces roll up and roll and have a handful of tights, and we all are okay with that. So I agree with Cliff.
But
I wasn't okay with that. Don't put those words in my mouth. I thought it was stupid too.
But he wanted the match restarted, just so what? He could get another win. So now, like,
No.
so then what we ended up doing,
kick his ass like he deserved.
So then what we ended up doing was we restart this match. Kevin Owens wins again, and ultimately, like, Kevin Owens won twice at WrestleMania, which, you know, props to him. I'm glad he did. But I will give the match 3 3/4 stars for it. But I was like, had to just complete all the way through, I guess, like, I would have been like, it would have been a 4.5. But I was like, this whole thing where Kevin was like, I gotta win this right. You won by DQ, dude. You won the fucking match. Just continue, okay? Just move on with your life.
That's the point, Cliff. Kevin said he wanted to fuck Seth up, and he didn't fuck Seth up. So he said, "I'm not leaving here until I fuck Seth up."
Look, man.
I agree.
In the words,
I agree, though. I agree with, you know, it should have had. I'm glad he turned into no DQ match because he wanted to fuck Seth up, and that's exactly what he did.
No, in the words of Adam Sandler in The Longest Yard, a broken bone will heal, but an L in the scoreboard will last forever. Okay? He already won the damn match. He didn't need to go back there and be like, let me beat him again, just a little harder this time. Already handed him the L. That's all that mattered. In the WrestleMania scoreboard, it was Kevin 1, Seth 0. Now it's like, Kevin's like, no, take that match off. I want to do it again and try to get another victory here. Like, shut the fuck up, Kev. Just take your win and just go on.
It's kind of the cowardly way to win, though. I mean, not cowardly, but it's like...
Exactly. Seth hit him with a bell and said, "There you go. There's your fucking moment."
He grabbed the damn microphone and was like, let me talk a little bit while I'm ringing. My head is still ringing with the bell, but I'm just gonna talk a little bit more. Like, shut up, man. Okay, you won the match. Just go on. I'm glad you stunned him later.
He won because Seth let him win. That's the thing. He didn't win because he beat Seth. He won because Seth let him win. He gave him the victory. He said, "Clunk, there you go.
There you go. You won,
fucking loser."
No, I'm glad KO, you know, was like, no, hell no, we're not ending it like that. Let's go, get your ass back in the ring.
I wish Seth would have won that time. That would have been like, I would even be more out here talking for like, because he's a fucking moron. He's supposed to be like this, but the thing is like, Kevin, like, this whole time is supposed to be this smart face, right? Like, things are gonna happen. He already knows it's gonna happen, so he's able to kind of like battle back, right? We've seen it numerous times where, like, when the Messiah and all of his disciples were in the ring, he's like, if I just come down to him, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. Yeah, you're right. You're gonna get your ass kicked. So he gets help. And then all of a sudden, like, there's other points where, like, someone's looking the other way and he runs in behind and he, like, gets the stun on Seth, right? So he does all these smart things. But, dude, like, you already won the match. Like, why do you need to go in there and kick his ass, quote unquote, more?
That was his whole mission.
No, Just
As he
accept the win
stated.
and move on.
No,
Like, here's the dub.
I gotta highly disagree with that,
But
Cliff.
that
Now I'm
was
sorry.
Kevin Owens' mission.
Yeah, no, I gotta
If
disagree.
Kev would have said, in my mind, this was a loss and I want a real victory, then I probably would have taken that and I would be okay with it. But he didn't. He was just like, get back in here, Seth, and let's do this again.
But who knows when we're gonna have another, kind of match. I mean, he wanted a WrestleMania.
Oh, no. Who knows when we're going to have a match? Money in the Bank. Because they're going to do that shit in the Performance Center. Because it was here in Baltimore and they canceled it. And they're already advertising that shit. So it would have happened at Money in the Bank. Don't give me that shit, Johnston. Don't give me that shit when we're going to see it.
Known when the next time we would have got that match? Vince. Vince would have known.
Were you supposed to go to Money in the Bank?
No, I was going to go. Yeah. I'm a little upset. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little upset.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
Damn,
It's okay, man.
Cause it's
All four of us
That's
were
one of
like,
my
yeah, we were
favorite
gonna go.
pay-per-views is Money in the Bank. I love the ladder match, and I love the Money in the Bank concept. So when I found out it was here in Baltimore, I was like, oh shit, yeah. I told my little brother, I said, yeah, we're going to Money in the Bank. I will let you know that. Like, I don't care where. Like, we're going. And then this fucking COVID-19 bullshit, fucking Chinese motherfuckers.
We got Money in the Bank last year in Hartford, and when I saw that it was in Hartford, and I'm like some lake site, I didn't believe it, but like a week later, the XL Center announced it's going to be in Hartford, and yeah, I got a chance to go last year.
Lucky.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank is
Yo, that whole place was so pissed off when Lesnar won. Sorry for the randomness, but that whole place was just pissed. Everybody say, fuck you, just pissed off.
That's
Everyone
amazing.
was like, what the hell just happened? What the hell?
So we're gonna move on to the next match on my list. We're gonna go to the first cinematic match not the first, but one of the cinematic matches, and I'm gonna specifically say cinematic match because it wasn't a match, but John Cena versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt in a Firefly Funhouse match. The people that got this right were JJ, Cliff, and Chris Idol. I was the sole person that said John Cena would win because at the time we did not know what the fuck was a Firefly Funhouse match. But after watching the Firefly Funhouse match, I clearly understand why John Cena didn't win. If it was me in a Firefly Funhouse match and I just realized all my insecurities in one match, I wouldn't have won anyway. So, all in all, it gets a 4.5 from me. There's a lot of debate going back and forth on the Firefly Funhouse match, whether it was stupid, people didn't understand it. I enjoyed it a lot because it really like it I can't even get the words out. Like it spotlighted on things that the IWC, the internet wrestling community, always talks about. It talks about Cena when he was when he first joined. It talks about his insecurities of being Hulk Hogan, turning heel and everything. It was listen, if it was a psychologist, if you were a psychologist, you would have enjoyed the fuck out of that match, only for the psychology aspect of it. I enjoyed it. I really did. Was it a match? I don't think you call it it's not. It wasn't. It was no real wrestling involved. But for the story that was told, I think the storytelling in itself gets a 5 out of 5 for me. If we're just basing off of storytelling, but we're talking about as far as match quality, I give it a 4.5 because Bray Wyatt, he does go over, but the storytelling, I think what is the overall, headline for this match and, the main staple was the storytelling. So it gets a 4.5 out of 5 for me. but I enjoyed the hell out of it. Like, I enjoyed it. And like, if you would tell me to go watch it back, I have no hesitation. I would watch this back 2, 3, 4 times back to back, just because there are probably little things that I missed after the first time watching it that I didn't get the first time. So I will watch it again, like, oh, I didn't see that the first time, or I didn't see it the second time. So I enjoyed for what it was. Does it get 5 out of 5? No, because it's not a match. If we want to call it a match, it's not a match. It's not. So it gets 4.5. But I enjoyed it. So it gets 2 thumbs up. How about that? I know it's not a rating, but 2 thumbs up. Because I enjoyed the hell out of it.
For the cinematic movie point, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, like from like the actor and me, like from the, I went to acting school and all that bullshit in LA. Like, yeah, like it gets a 5 for like, movie standpoint. Vince wants to own his own movie company anyway. So yeah, it gets a 5 for that bullshit.
Yeah.
But, as far as match standpoint and wrestling, it's a 4.5. What about you, Cliff?
I was saying, now that he's canceled the XFL, he could definitely go start with WWE Studios.
I'm so upset.
I told my brother, and he was like, "What do you mean?"
I hear about the XFL because I enjoyed the hell out of the XFL, but that's
They did it right this time, just COVID-19.
Fucking Corona.
It was anyway. As far as me for this match, it's 5 out of 5 for me. Was it a match? Yeah. Was there a 3 count? Yes, there was. I just want to include that the word in there. So for me, just storytelling, all of it just was amazing. I just loved all the intricacies that came in and came out. I love the fact that right off the jump we have Bray Wyatt say the person you're going to be facing is your number one enemy, and that's you. And I feel like this story can work for a couple different personalities on WWE currently, right? So, but Cena was the first one, and I love the fact that going into this match, 100%, we had heard all the rumors about how John Cena didn't want to put over the Fiend because he thought it was he didn't want to be a glorified enhancement talent. But ultimately what we found out was it wasn't really like John Cena was putting over Bray Wyatt. It was kind of like John Cena was burying John Cena, right? So we followed everything from the start with the ruthless aggression. And I found it funny because like some certain people broke down the match frame by frame, and just like reading their responses to each individual part, I was in shock because I was like, I had forgotten some stuff and I saw some other things, and it made it more interesting to me. And I've watched the match 3 times now, and each time I'm just like, God damn, dude, like how much people were right about all the things that were happening. One of my favorite segments, I'm just gonna I'm not even going to cover into the whole match. One of my favorite parts of it, though, was like right at the end when we got to see NWO Cena. I thoroughly enjoyed that because I was like, this is so cool, especially what would it look like if he was a heel and this, that, and the other. I know a lot of people. But I will say that one of my other favorite parts was when Bray Wyatt was quoting Kurt Angle, like line for line. That really got at me too. And I know a lot of people had trouble understanding this match, like they understood like what was going on. But I think, what ultimately made this like so iconic was it was, one, it was different, but 2, it just shows you a glimpse of like how much is actually turning in the mind of Bray Wyatt to get something like this accomplished. And not to like, when we saw Cena disappear, I actually went back and rewatched John Cena's promo, and it was just so it just came at a different light. I was like, this is so different now, and that's why I think this puts it over for me just even a little bit more, because I thought this match was just so, all the intricacies that they were putting in and all the references they were making back. I was like, yo, I'm in love with this match, and I think it's probably gonna be one of my favorite matches, not even just of the year, but probably of the decade. So I had to put it. I have to give it a 5 out of 5, man. So that was my move.
All right, JJ.
This was honestly, this was like a cinematic almost masterpiece in a way. I enjoyed the match. You guys pretty much said a bunch of the points that I was going to say, so I'm just going to try to keep it short and sweet. This was a good match. This is a great match. I'm going to call it a match. The Firefly Funhouse, I was intrigued and it was like, what the hell is a Firefly Funhouse match? Can't tongue twister. And honestly, I can say that this was really good because what it does is it brings out the weakness in John Cena, and like the way John Cena's been booked all his career was he's Super Cena, and this is like probably like the first time we've seen Super Cena vulnerable. So like from that storytelling aspect, I kind of like it. So that's how I'm just gonna leave it at that. Oh wait, I forgot to give my rating. A plus, 100%.
What about you, Justin?
Dude, I literally can't put the whole thing over enough. It was absolutely beautiful, absolutely genius. It brought back my childhood memories. I almost marked out when I saw the giant fist again. When he debuted on SmackDown. You know, going back to 2002 of him debuting against Kurt Angle. The whole thing was great. The whole thing was just so beautifully well done. I don't know if you guys caught it at the end. When Cena was getting pinned, it they played the voiceover of him saying he's going to get rid of the most overhyped, overprivileged man in WWE, and it was John Cena getting pinned. Mm-hmm. I was like, dude, excellent, fantastic. I don't want to go off. You know, I can talk about it for hours. 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, A plus. So 100% the greatest shit I've seen in a long time.
Idol.
Yeah, I didn't like it as much as you guys did.
Wow.
Not
wow.
Not gonna lie. Why? I give it a 3 out of 5.
Wow.
I was entertained by it, but I was like, okay, that was cool. And that was kind of like it for me. That was cool. And then I kept it moving. I didn't analyze it. I mean, I read what people said about it. And I was like, okay, all that makes sense. But, I mean,
beyond that. Question. Do you guys think Cena's coming back from this?
Yeah.
If he wants to.
That's the real answer.
If
that's the real
to,
answer. If he wants to.
If he doesn't, it's a good way to end it.
100%. If he doesn't come back, I don't blame him. Literally, he has nothing else to prove.
Yeah.
Besides breaking Ric Flair's
shut the fuck up about that.
He's not gonna break it. I don't.
Yeah.
But I mean, he said that he doesn't want to break it. So
just because he personally doesn't mean
that's just as he doesn't want to. Doesn't Vince isn't gonna be like, "Hey, pal,
make him 17."
Anyway,
also I like that reference. Also,
we have 16 matches in total to get through, so I'm gonna shut you up and continue on. So, the Boneyard match. So the second cinematic match. I'm gonna continue to say cinematic because it's not a real. No, I'm not a hater. It's just it's not wrestling. It's not wrestling. I'm gonna put it out there and say it. It's not wrestling. No, it's not. It's a movie. It's no different from what you see in a fucking Avengers movie.
It looked like a bar fight.
So the Boneyard match. The Undertaker versus AJ Styles. Only one person in the 3 count got it right, and that was you, JJ. You picked the Undertaker to
AJ Styles.
You picked the Undertaker to win. So, with that being said, you can start off this one, give it your thoughts and your rating, and we'll continue on from there.
This was really good. I like the way they set it up because we know that Undertaker is getting old. I know, sad, but Father Time does come, and what the Boneyard match does is kind of close the inabilities that Taker can do in the ring now. So this is a good way for him. If he wants to continue to wrestle, this is probably a good alternative for him to go. Cinematically, it was beautiful. I love that the OC, his minions, AJ's minions were Anderson and Gallows. That was cool. them jumping off the not jumping off the roof, but fighting on the roof. That was really, really good. I thought that was awesome. Undertaker coming out with the American Badass. That was really cool. I wish they would have played the American Badass song, but we got a different song. But
you can never go wrong with Metallica. That's all I have to say.
That was a missed opportunity there. I liked how when Undertaker did get put into the coffin, he became the dead man persona again, and he started like channeling his inner darkness. Thought that was pretty cool. It was a good match. I liked the ending shot with AJ's hand out the grave. I was hoping that shot would happen with Undertaker. He would come out the grave, and then the dead man persona would come out. But honestly, that was a good cinematic photography shot. I'm a graphic designer, pizza stuff like that. Honestly, it was really, really good. If this is Taker's last match, what a way to go out. Honestly, one of the greatest careers of all time. So, I mean, if he goes out like this, he went out with a bang. I hope that if this is his last match, this is a good way to end it. So that's how I'm going to leave it at that.
All right, so I'm going to go like this. I enjoyed the hell out of this shit. Like from Undertaker riding in the motorcycle with the Metallica song coming in, like I said, it felt like some shit was about to go down.
Honestly, yeah.
AJ coming in as the Undertaker's theme song playing and him coming out the casket. Gold. Gold. Absolutely gold. I'm not just saying that because I'm an AJ Styles mark. That was gold. The whole thing in itself, like I've said before with the Firefly Funhouse, it wasn't a match. It felt like a movie fight. Like it felt like a fight that you would see in a movie scene, and it got as real as you could get. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a whole lot. It was a perfect way to not make me so pissed off of night one. That saved me from actually canceling my subscription and not watching night 2 was the Boneyard match. I enjoyed it really. I really enjoyed it a lot. Between the Druids coming out and Taker kicking ass from the OC, and then the WWE bullshit, having him sit on his motorcycle, bring his fist up, and the little Taker logo comes on the fucking whatever the fuck it was. What is it? I don't know what the fuck was that place. What was it?
The barn.
The barn. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I enjoyed it for what I really enjoyed this fight, because I'm not going to call it a match, because it's not a match. It's not wrestling.
I wouldn't call it a match either.
It's not. So it was a fight. So if I were to give it a star rating for the match quality, just like the Firefly Funhouse, I would give it a 4.5, because it's not a match. It's not a wrestling match. This was a fight. This was a Hollywood stunt fight. So it gets a 4.5 for me. What about you, Idol?
Yeah, to piggyback on what you say, I agree with everything you said. I would give this a 5. Honestly, I think this was the best thing that WWE has ever produced.
I agree with that.
I think it's the best thing. It's my favorite. I think it's my favorite thing that WWE has ever produced. It's the best thing they've ever produced. The best thing The Undertaker has ever done. And like it was just, I have nothing bad to say about it. I think from start to finish, it was perfect. Even though it was a movie, it felt real. I felt like we were watching a pissed off Undertaker kicking AJ Styles' ass in a graveyard because he talked shit about his wife. I can't say no good things about it. Like, it was amazing. Like I said, if Undertaker wanted to call it quits, this would be a great way to do it. But on the flip hand side, these cinematic matches, he can do this for another like 25 years if he wanted to.
Oh God, no.
I would
Doing
have said
like
25.
no, I mean like no, seriously. Because think about it. Think about like with acting. Pretty much you can act until you can't move anymore. For real, honestly.
To be like being like a wheelchair.
So like Undertaker, as far as doing actual in-ring matches, those days might be over with. But he can do these cinematic things for like the next 20 years, honestly. As long as he can move, he can do it. If he wanted.
I agree.
And that's a soundbite. So, what about you, Justin?
Yeah, I agree. I give it a 5 out of 5. It was good. It felt real. Like you guys said, I wouldn't say it was a wrestling match. It felt like a real fight. I love seeing the American Badass come back to beat the shit out of AJ Styles. I might sound really stupid here, but I don't think that match would have worked with the Dead Man. The way they're trying to tell the story, having the American Badass, come back to beat the shit out of AJ Styles was absolutely beautiful. I loved it. 5 out of 5, blew my mind. It was fantastic.
Cliff?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I didn't enjoy this match as much as you guys did.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, it was like it was a top tier talent going against a legend, and in the end, the top tier talent did. No, I'm lying, dude. I gave this match 5 out of 5. 100%.
Oh, okay.
Cliff.
You had me worried, man.
Cliff.
Yo.
Oh,
I
my
give you all these
God.
accolades about being my partner in crime, my tag partner. If you did not agree that this was actually legitimately like top-notch quality, I would have to fire you and
I'm about to hang up right now, but yo, I'm done.
Justin Del Rio would have taken your spot, Cliff, and you would have been fired. Next show you would have listen when when Big Ben Bishop showed up on the show. You know who been doing all the interviewing and all the questions? Yeah, Justin Del Rio, not Red Dog.
No, okay, so for the match, I love the match, right? I love the fact that we had
Not a match.
AJ
Wait,
using all of his dirty tactics.
Stop. It's not a match.
It's a boneyard match.
No. It's not a match. It's not a wrestling match.
Boneyard
I need
fight.
you to
There wasn't a
understand.
referee or a ring bell.
Exactly. It's not a
Okay,
match.
first of all, whatever. Okay, listen. When they do the Buried Alive matches,
There's
we
a
don't worry
referee
about
for
it.
Buried
It
Alive.
wasn't a Buried Alive match, Cliff.
You
And there's
shut
a
your
referee
mouth. I'm gonna
for
call it what I
Buried
want to call it. Okay.
Don't do that.
They sold
Don't
me
do
on
that.
a boneyard match, and damn it, if I didn't get my boneyard match, I got my match. Okay, somebody got buried in the boneyard. Okay, that's what happened. All right, it was a match. It happened. All right, we watched it. We seen it with our eyes, man. We seen it with our eyes. All right, got to fix the headphones because about to fall off. There's a boneyard match, okay? The Undertaker beat the hell out of fucking AJ, and some druids and some other dudes came riding in like a badass in his match that's called Boneyard and won. That's what happens. And that's what I'm going with, okay? I love the match. Don't take this away from me, Chaz. This is my 5 out of 5 Boneyard match.
Not a match, but I'll take that. So
Wait, we've got
Boneyard match.
yeah, my rating is 105%.
shut up, Josh.
Meltzer ratings.
Shut up, Josh. Anyway, we're gonna keep going on. So next match on my list is Edge versus Randy Orton, last man standing match. Everyone got it right. Edge would go over. I'll start off. This match was too fucking long. This match was so fucking long that throughout the match, I was literally texting saying that, hey, I'm watching wrestling and this match is too long. I'm here to talk to you to kill time.
Damn.
Don't ask who I was texting, but I was texting because the match was too long. Don't get me wrong. Edge and Randy Orton fucking killed it. Fucking loved it as a whole. I loved it for what it was. It was two former best friends kicking the fuck out of each other. It was a Chaz Evans versus Chris Idol last man standing match. That's what it was. If you want
when I was watching it, I was like, "Oh man, this is Wrestling Madness 19." Oh, they did
Exactly.
all.
My favorite matches of all time, by the
This
way.
this is what me and Chris Idol do on a regular basis when we turn on or when one of us turn on each other. You know, kayfabe. That's what it was, and I enjoyed that. But it was too fucking long. Good gracious! I'm glad I got a tour of the performance center for Christ's sake.
We got it for free. We got it for free.
Like, I'm glad that they have like 17 ladders just stored in like a storage area, you know, whether or not they want to, you know, do a ladder match. But it was a good match. It was. I mean, it told the story. Edge looked, you know, looked great. It looked like he never missed the beat. My only problem is I don't know why that the performance center in the conference room has a chain link ceiling, but hey, it's the WWE, so you can never, never question what they have, but it was too fucking long. They could have gone, honestly, 25 minutes and still told the exact same story, but I enjoyed it. It gets a 4 out of 5 from me. It would have gotten a 5 out of 5 if it wasn't so dreadfully fucking long. Like, I'm sure that I missed a lot of things just because of the fact that it was too long and I zoned out. It was extremely long. It was 40 something fucking minutes.
Yeah, it was like 42 minutes. Yeah.
42 minutes was the exact time.
Yeah, around
42 minutes, and it was like that was too long. Too long. Now, all credit goes to Edge for going 42 fucking minutes and kicking Randy Orton's fucking boring ass all the way through, but it was too long. But it gets a 4 out of 5. What about you, Justin?
Yeah, it was good. It was good for what it was. Yeah, it was really long. Like I said, it was over 40 minutes. Second longest WrestleMania match in history, if I'm not mistaken.
Second longest WrestleMania match.
What's number one?
I don't know. Don't.
It's like
Number one is the
Number
Iron
one
Man
was
match. Come
Bret
on,
Hart
guys.
and Shawn Michaels Iron Man
Come on.
match.
Come on now.
You know, it worked. It worked for what it was. I mean, like I'm surprised Edge went that long, and it was good. It was good for what it was. I really had no complaints about it. I mean, it was good. I give it a 5 out of 5.
Cliff?
I mean, I give the match 4 out of 5 as well. I do agree that the match was entirely too long. But I will have to say that Randy popping out from behind the cameraman spot was really like kind of set the pace for like how the match was gonna go, and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, man, I just like the fact that Edge's first match, he's back. I mean, granted, it did go on too long, but he went 42 minutes straight. So, big up to him. I'm glad to see him back. But yeah, 4 out of 5, and just too long.
Idle?
Okay, so initially, I gave it a 4 out of 5. I agree. The match was long. Initially, I gave it a 4 out of 5. Now I give it 4.5 out of 5, and I'm going to tell you why. So, Edge was on Corey Graves' podcast, and he was talking about the match, and he said they had an entire match laid out, and he said they got to the building and basically were told that everything they had planned, they couldn't do.
What?
So, they did the entire match without having anything pre-planned. They did all of that on the fly.
Improv. They improv the whole match.
Saw, except for, of course, the finish, the finishing sequence. But everything we saw. So you said they went 42 minutes?
It was actually 36 minutes.
It was 36 minutes?
36 minutes. Yeah, I just Googled 36.
So 34 of that 36 minutes was complete improv.
Wow.
Complete improv.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole 3 count gives we're all like, wow,
Yeah, so when Edge said that, I had to bump it up to 4.5. Because keeping that in mind, I'm like, okay, so they improv'd all of that. They didn't have anything planned. Plus, Edge coming back, first singles match in 9 years. To go that long, I have to give it that extra props because that's just impressive. That's impressive.
It's
You know,
impressive
Cliff,
when two
Chad,
wrestlers go out
you know,
there. I'm sorry to cut you
we're
guys off.
wrestlers, so we can sympathize with that.
Yeah, oh yeah. Are we really surprised though? It's Edge and Orton. I mean,
Yeah.
to go out there for 36 minutes, 34 minutes and wrestle with no plan, nothing. I mean, obviously little discussions during the match happened, but it's Edge and Orton. I mean,
Yeah.
they
said they didn't say anything.
Real? Oh, okay.
It was complete improv.
So it's Edge and Orton. I'm not surprised.
We're friends. We've got that telepathy. We got that telepathy thing going, and we're just gonna go out here and do. Apologize later.
There you go. All right. Well.
Yeah.
All right, JJ, what do you think?
I was gonna give it a B+ initially, but now I'm giving it an A- just because of that with the improv. I thought it was I thought it was good. Was it too long? Yes. My attention span was, kind of like, okay, is this still gonna be the finish? This gonna be the finish? Oh, is that gonna be the finish? Oh no. And then we got to the 30-minute mark. I'm like, y'all still going on? Okay. And then it's just like, oh, come on. But it was enjoyable. Good match for Edge. Incredible that he could actually go 36, 42 minutes on his first singles match back. That's incredible.
Oh yeah.
It was good. I'm gonna leave it like that. Yeah.
All righty. Wow.
I
just
got
off that.
to add to it.
Okay,
The
go
commentators
ahead.
during that match, I think, made it feel like it was long because they weren't saying anything, and when they did speak, they were using that real hushed tone, and they basically did that almost the entire match.
Agreed.
I think if they had spoke, I think if the commentary had sound as exciting as the action was, where they were beating the crap out of each other, I don't think it would have felt as long.
Yeah, I agree.
Same. Yeah, it definitely seemed like the commentators throughout the match were, whispering.
Yeah, they doing that. Oh my god!
I didn't hear anything.
Each other here. I hate when they do that. I guess it works if there's a crowd there and there's noise sometimes, but in a match like this where there's no crowd, don't use that hushed tone.
Now, if they wrestled in the stadium, how long do you? Obviously, they're not going to go 36 fucking minutes in the last minute standing match, in front of 80,000 people. How long do you think they would have lasted in the stadium?
Honestly, I think it would have gone the same, but because they would have been in the crowd. Because if it was in the stadium, they would have been in the crowd fighting throughout the stadium, and the crowd noise would have helped. It would have made it feel more exciting, so that the commentators wouldn't have had to really say too much of anything. So
you think they would have gone 36 minutes?
Yeah, it wouldn't have felt like 36 minutes. We probably would have, when it was over, said, "Oh man, they went 36 minutes." But I don't think we would have been like, "Oh man, it's been 36 minutes."
I think they would have went at least a solid 20 minutes. Yeah. If they were wrestling the crowd.
I think it still probably would have gone 30 minutes, and I think and you're 100% right. If the commentary didn't make me feel like I was watching the fucking Masters, I would have.
Hey yo!
I would have been more into the match. You're absolutely right.
I'm still in that.
Now coming up to the green, Randy Orton delivers a shot.
They were like, "Oh man, Edge just hit Randy with that chair. Oh no, Edge is climbing the ladder. What's he gonna do up there? Oh man."
I didn't pick any of that up. I gotta rewatch the match now.
It's just now I'm thinking about it now too. It's like, okay, Edge and Randy are now up on top of the semi truck. Edge goes for the spear. It's been countered to an RKO. Everybody give a clap for it. All right.
Yeah.
Now they're getting to the count. They're at a count of 6, 7, Edge is up. Randy goes for the RKO. Oh, he gets speared. It is devastating right now.
I mean, when you look, but the thing is though, when you look at it though, that just tells you how important, especially now with what's going on in the world, how important the commentary is to these matches. With there being no crowd, the commentary is extremely important, and how a match is presented to the audience.
They should have Mauro Ronaldo call that match.
JR would not have been commentating the Masters. He would have made us feel excited about.
Oh yeah, agree. JR, yes, no doubt.
How about Mauro Ronaldo?
It's so
yes,
yeah.
Mauro too.
100%. He would have made that match just so good.
Agreed. We're gonna move on to the next match. So the next match.
Mia, did you see that slam? Oh my goodness.
I hate you. So the next match is for this WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, and it is the Kabuki Warriors versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. So Idol, you and me were the only ones that successfully picked the winners, which was Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. So Idol, give me your rating and give me your thoughts.
I'd give this match. I'd give it 2.5. I give it 2.5. It was time for a change. Like the Kabuki Warriors. Okay, clearly someone likes Asuka. She's on every show, so I can't say they don't like Asuka. But I mean, they weren't really doing anything as champions, so why not switch it up, put it on someone else? Like, why not?
I gotta go with the same thing. I give it a 2.5 out of 5. Kabuki Warriors weren't doing shit with the titles. Asuka was doing most of the shit. Kairi Sane was getting married, and the women's tag team titles weren't doing shit. I forgot there were women tag team championships. So the match, it gets 2.5 out of 5. So Cliff, you can go, then JJ, and then Justin.
2.5. I thought it was a good match. I like the fact that the title changed hands. And I just have to give it up to Nikki for just being crazy and still trying to get the crowd involved when there is no crowd.
Nobody there.
There was a 5-bladed fan, so there was a fan in attendance.
There was a fan. You're right.
I got it.
Go ahead, JJ.
It took me a second.
So my letter grade for this is gonna be a D. I thought it was solid. It was cool. It was a cool match. It's just the fact that the women tag team champions, I forget that they're even there. It literally serves no purpose because it's never defended. You never realize it's there. Your other tag team partner isn't there. I know she was getting married and also she was concussed. It just seems like WWE, they're trying to we're trying to make the women feel more equal, so we should add these belts so we can give them more screen time, but it's not being used properly. There's not enough women for a tag team division. So the women tag team titles just feel kind of obsolete.
Yeah.
That's how I'll put it.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I love Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. I'm happy they won. I'm hoping they're gonna do something different now with those titles. You never know what could happen, but yeah, I'm happy they won. I'm happy there's new champions. I really want the Iconics to come back and take those titles back. I'm waiting for that. I'm so hoping for that. But I give the match like a 3 out of 5.
Alrighty. The match, I mean, for what it was, it served its purpose. So
yeah.
We're gonna move on. Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental Championship. The only person that got it wrong was the Red Dog. He picked Daniel Bryan to win, and you were wrong. So Idol, you can start this one off. Josh, you'll follow him. I'll go Justin, and then Cliff, because you were the loser, you can go last.
Well, let's see. I really like this match. I thought it followed a very classic wrestling formula. The shit talking heel got the shit beat out of him and then cheated to get a cheap victory. I liked it. I'd give it I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
Just gonna piggyback on what Justin said. It's just the classic trope of the heel being a heel and just talking and then getting the shit beat out of him and then cheating to win. Only reason why I wanted Sammy to win was because, you know, he deserves a nice little lengthy reign. So that's how I'm gonna keep it like that. My letter grade for this match is a C+. There's nothing bad about it per se. It was solid. It was a cool down match, kind of little filler. That's how I put it.
I enjoyed the match. I liked it. Sami Zayn is a amazing heel. That's just the dynamic between him, Shinsuke, and Cesaro. At first, I didn't like it, but it's growing on me. And Sami Zayn being the heel, that he's the chicken shit and, try to avoid a fight. And he ends up winning the match. The only type of offense that he got pretty much in the whole match. And he wins. I enjoy it. Like I said in the WrestleMania review, let Sammy hold the title for a couple of months. Let him hold on to it. Let him chicken shit his way out of victory after victory. And let Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak go in the tag team division. Let them go fight, Miz and Morrison, hey, ho, ho, for the tag titles and, do something with it. So, I enjoy this match. It gets a 3.5 out of 5 for me. Like, I enjoyed the hell out of it. What about you, Justin?
Yeah, no, I liked it. Like you said, let Sammy carry that title for a while. It's his first time holding a singles title since he's been in the main roster. He hasn't had a title since. And he hasn't had a title since he debuted on the main roster. Let him hold that title. Let him chicken shit his way through it. Yeah, the match was BS. Sami Zayn was getting beat up the whole time. And he wanted to bullshit away. But I was talking to my friend. He was like, you had no complaints about anything? How about that finish? I'm like, how many times are we going to see a finish like that? We see it happen all the time. It's not going to be the first time. It's not going to be the last time. He wanted to bullshit away, and that's it. I mean, I give it a 4 out of 5.
All right, Cliff, since you're the loser, because you're the only one that didn't pick Sami Zayn. Loser.
I know. No, all right. Chaz, whatever. I know that little shit next to you ain't calling me a fucking loser. This is a man who has to thank Concrete for keeping him off the streets. Fuck him. No, I agree. I love the match. I loved just everything that was built up about it. 3.5 stars for me. I thought everybody did a great job just in the ring. I loved it, man. And I like that Sami Zayn's going to kind of have a longer stint with the title. I only picked Daniel Bryan because I was like, yo, it's DB, and they just fucked over Braun Strowman after his 3-week title run.
Fuck Braun Strowman.
Sure. And they took the title off of him and they gave it right over to Sammy. And then Sammy had it. I was like, well, shit, maybe he's just a transitional champ. So that was my thinking behind it. But it is what it is. 3.5 stars. And yeah, great job.
Alrighty then. So we're going to move on. So now we're going to come to the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, which was contended in a singles ladder match. So there was Uso number 1 versus John Morrison versus Kofi Kingston. And the only people to have predicted correctly was Extremely Lethal. And those who don't watch WCF, Extremely Lethal is the team of the Icon Chaz Evans and Chris Idol, the greatest tag team to never be featured in a professional wrestling match. But I will leave my soapbox on that. So, with that being said, Idol, give me your rating and your thoughts on this match.
I thought the boys worked hard. Considering almost a similar situation to Edge and Randy's case, like finding out basically last minute that your match is changing. You plan for a triple threat tag and you're told, no, it's just going to be a triple threat ladder match with you guys. Have fun. And it's like, well, crap. So I give it 3.5. They all worked hard. Props to Morrison on that finish for taking that bump.
Gee, that's disgusting.
I think the right team, I think the right, they won. And Miz and Morrison, they needed it the most. Like, New Day is New Day. They'll be fine. The Usos, they'll be fine. But Miz and Morrison, these tag titles, it's helping them. So, yeah, I like the match. It was cool.
So, here's my thing about this. I will always, I'll give my rating first. It gets a 2 out of 5. And it gets a 2 out of 5 because it's the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match being defended in a singles triple threat match. That's the biggest, downfall of the match for me. It is a tag team championship match being defended in a singles match. And that's why people call wrestling fake. And I'll leave that at that. I'm a big ladder match fan. I love ladder matches. Maybe it's because I don't have a brain and I just like it when I just kill myself in ladder matches personally, or I just like people dying. So that's that. But this ladder match itself was really good. It was. I enjoyed it, but my problem is I could clearly tell that this show was edited. When Uso number 1, and the funny thing is, I thought I was only one, but I heard on another podcast, we won't say whose podcast, Idol, you might know whose podcast I'm talking about. You can tell when Uso falls off the ladder, or not the ladder, but the top rope, and falls to the floor, that he fell on a crash pad, because by the telling of the sound. Yeah, it gets a 2.5 because number one, it's a tag team championship match, and you got 3 motherfuckers in a singles triple threat match going for it.
Blame Miz for getting sick.
Blame Miz. I don't blame Miz. I just blame bad booking. I blame bad booking, but that's neither here nor there. It gets a 2.5. The match in itself wasn't bad. And that's the thing. I want to make sure I say that, separating it from my my star rating, that the match was not bad. If we would have had this match without the tag team championships on the line, it would definitely get like a 4 out of 5 from me. But the common sense has to take over at some point, and that's what brings it down to a 2 for me. So, yes, Miz and Morrison retain their titles. Hey, hey, ho, ho. But, yeah, man, like, it's 3 guys fighting for a tag team championship match, and they don't have their partners. And if you've watched SmackDown recently, now the other people, the other tag partners who weren't in the match, are going to fight for the tag titles. I just don't understand. Cool. It's
Well, they booked
stupid.
that.
Everybody gets a chance.
Fuck that shit. But anyway, JJ, give me your rating and your thoughts. Cliff, we'll go with you after JJ, and then Justin, you'll hit us off on the tail end.
All right.
All right. So, yes, the common sense. It's like, okay, it's a tag team match, and it's singles. It's a singles match, and they're going for the tag titles. But then when you consider, Miz was sick, it was like, okay, what else were they supposed to do? They had to have. I mean, they don't have to put the titles on the line, but you would want the titles to be on the line.
Bro, they said Miz was injured.
We know he wasn't in. Well, he kind of was injured. His body, his immune system was injured.
Fuck
Well,
that
they
shit.
can't say he was sick.
Sick.
Oh,
Yes.
right, because Vince wants to not let everyone know that the coronavirus exists. And, let's not mention the coronavirus.
Because you're supposed to. There's supposed to be a way to escape from the
Fuck
world.
that shit. But
I
continue
get
your
why.
point.
I get why, but anyway,
Yeah, because Stephanie was, there at the beginning of each night saying,
Well-
we're doing you motherfuckers the favor.
And they were, goddamn.
they were.
Man, fuck that shit.
They were.
Stephanie can eat my ass with a straw.
I don't know.
And
What?
that's why Dana lost. That
Yeah.
statement right there.
But anyway, let's go back to my point.
Oh my god.
They did a lot of good shit, despite the fact that there was no crowd, and it's really weird to see a ladder match without a crowd, especially with WWE. It's just the crowd. Sometimes the crowd can make the matches, and I feel like if the crowd was there, this match would have been. The crowd would have just took this match. I thought the bumps that they were taking were
Asinine for there being no crowd. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop talking.
I mean,
It's your point.
no. But that I was just about to say that. Well, maybe not those words, but maybe a little, yeah. But it was they were doing some crazy shit for not having a crowd. So kudos to them. My letter grade will be a B minus. It was a good match. It was a solid match, and I'm just gonna leave it like that. Oh yeah, and also at the ending, the ending was just kind of crazy. So yeah.
Cliff?
I'm gonna give the match 2.5 out of 5 stars as well. I like the match overall. I just think if the other competitors were in the match too, I would give the rest of the 2.5 to make it a 5-star. Because
I get it. I get the joke.
good. I'm glad you caught on there, ass. Anyway, I just want to go by quoting a certain person. All I want to say is, can it be night 2 and we still got Oldberg and Fucktard for the main event? I'm going to bed. Pretty much how I felt. How I felt after the match. I was kind of like, yeah, I mean, it's cool, but the ending was just kind of fucked up. And then, like, the belts were still on the ground. And then, John rolled over and picked up a title. But there's still another title on the ground. Somebody else could have picked that one up, too. And that's how it went. And, yes, if you're wondering, I am quoting you, Chaz. That's exactly what you said. So,
I was just about to say that. Like that. Wait, I said that. Funny thing is, I'm gonna do a quick story. I was in a tag team ladder match, Wrestling Madness, and me and the Chris Manning, Red Dragons, we were in a ladder match for the tag titles, and the belts fell. So you know what my black ass did? Because we were scheduled to go over. My black ass went and grabbed that belt like I was in a football stadium. I grabbed that shit like it was a fumble. Grabbed the other belt like it was no tomorrow. Man, all props go to John Morrison. That's all I have to say. But yeah, I've been there, but I've been in that situation where the belts fall and it's like, oh shit. What are we going to do? Because we're winning, and the belts are not hanging anymore. So, yeah, just want to put that out there. Go ahead, Justin.
I like the match for what it was. We got a ladder match. We got some crazy spots. I popped when Morrison and Kofi hit the Spanish Fly. That's my favorite wrestling move. I love that move. My buddy will tell you. Um, I absolutely love the ending. I thought it was genius. I thought it was really cool. Um, I would just say to my friend, I'm like, had that been in the stadium in front of 80,000 people, I think that place would have went nuts over that ending. Them grabbing at the same time and just the titles falling, like that was genius. Good ending. Cheesy, yes, but good. Clever way to end a ladder match. Yeah, so 4 out of 5.
I agree. I agree with that. It was a little cheesy, but I agree with the circumstance that it was. It was a perfect way to end the match. So, moving on from Friday nights, we're gonna go to Monday nights, and we're gonna talk about the Raw Tag Team Championship. So, everyone on the 3 count got this right, and we said the Street Profits would win. We can make this a quick little scenario. It gets the 3 out of 5 for me. We knew the Street Profits were gonna win. Austin Theory and was it Angel Garza?
Yeah, Angel Garza.
Yeah, fucking Mexican.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
petty.
dude.
Well, we know he's a Trump supporter.
I'm not a Trump supporter, but I won't vote for Joe Biden. But anyway,
Hey, we don't get political on this show.
You're right. We don't get political on this show. But anyway, yo, this is gonna be our greatest episode ever. But yeah, it wasn't a bad match. It was a solid match. We knew the Street Profits were gonna win, given the fact that of the randomness of the tag match. So it gets a 3 out of 5 for me. What about you, Cliff?
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. It's a 3-star match for me. I'm just grateful that when Montez jumped over the top rope, someone was there to catch him, because I definitely was like, oh, thank God.
Me too.
I was gonna say the other thing I didn't like. I guess for me too, the other part was I didn't like the run back on Raw, but that's not WrestleMania, so 3 stars from me. But it was a great match.
Raw was a complete shit show as far as for that's concerned. But what about you, Justin?
Yeah, 3 out of 5. I'm glad Street Profits retained. I would have been very, very, very pissed off and very like, what the are you putting on? Why are you putting that tag team title on Austin Theory when he was barely on NXT? It's way too soon. I don't think he should have been in WrestleMania. I love Theory, but to have him go in WrestleMania was random and very weird. That's not talking shit about Theory at all. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Theory. But 4 out of 5, I'm really glad Street Profits retained.
Oh, I'm gonna talk shit about Austin Theory because he's younger than me and getting a WrestleMania match, and I'm still goddamn training for getting my fucking paper that says I'm a licensed pro wrestler. So I'm gonna talk my shit.
He's 23.
He's 23. Oh
How
wow.
old are you?
No, you are 23.
I'm not 23 yet. Am I 23?
You're 23.
I am 23.
Chaz, we're 5 years.
No.
We're 5 years.
I don't even know how old I am anymore. Goddamn
You
it!
don't turn.
After 18, I forgot how old I was.
You don't turn.
25, right?
I turned 24 in June. You're right.
Yes.
Correct. Thank you, Josh.
Yes, I was just counting because me. And
Yeah,
him,
me and you, we're 5 years apart.
five
Yeah.
years,
Okay,
9
so
months.
you're a year.
But yeah, I'm gonna talk my shit because that motherfucker got a WrestleMania match, and I'm still fucking in training to get my fucking license to even be a pro wrestler. So fuck that motherfucker.
Oh, come on.
But anyway, what about you, Chris Idol?
Same 3 out of 5. The right team went over. Arguably, the Street Profits, I think after Becky and Drew, are the most over full-timers on Monday Night Raw. So keep the championships on the stars.
JJ?
Shout out to Austin Theory, the most amazing 23-year-old wrestler on the planet. He deserved everything that he got. Big fan. I hope he challenges Drew for the title some point this year.
Fuck.
Just to make
Get the
Chaz
fuck out
upset.
of here.
Just
Fuck
to
you,
make
Chris
Chaz
Idol. I'm
upset.
gonna keep saying that.
We wouldn't
Fuck
hit
you.
it. We wouldn't hit the end of it from
Fuck you, Chris Idol. I'm gonna keep saying that too. Fuck you, Chris Idol.
What was I gonna say?
That's
What?
gonna be the
That's
title of this
pushing it. That's
episode
pushing
now.
it.
Fuck you, Chris Idol. I was gonna call it. I've already made the draft too that says WrestleMania review. I'm gonna change it to "Fuck you, Chris Idol." Go ahead, JJ. What do you have to say about this bullshit?
It was solid. I would give it a C. That would be my letter grade for it. It would be just a C. We kind of knew who was gonna win. Well, at least I knew because King Wakanda, but none of that. But yeah, it was solid. Love the cups. Screw you, Cliff. Screw you.
You're not my king. I didn't vote for you.
Bitch, I'm not from America.
I don't care where you're from.
I'm from Wakanda. We don't vote. We
You
don't
sound like
vote.
you're from Baltimore.
We get born into a monarchy. You wish you were a king like me.
Anyway, so I'm gonna move on to the next match before we get into we already. Chris Idol already said this. We don't talk politics, and you're out here talking about kings and shit. So,
right.
the next match is which honestly I was surprised that even Cliff got this one right. I'm gonna put it out there, and this is so the SmackDown's Women's Championship match was decided in a fatal 5-way. Cliff was correct in his prediction with Bayley retaining.
Yo.
We all said Sasha Banks was gonna win.
I even said Sasha.
We were wrong because nothing can withstand the friendship of Sasha and Bayley. So Cliff, since you were the one to correctly predict what would happen, give me your rating and your thoughts. And I'm gonna, after we all say our ratings, I'm gonna say a specific quote from the Red Dog that he said on our prediction show that will probably piss off Chris Idol and JJ.
So, as far as the match goes, I'm gonna be honest, man. I wasn't a total fan of it, so 2.5 stars, I guess. I was surprised that there wasn't a lot more injuries in the match than what we got, because I was like, there's a lot of people who just were recovering from injuries and some who just like watched everything. So yeah, I was pretty surprised to see that happen. Overall, I like the fact that Bayley retained, and I kind of like the idea that right towards the end, Sasha put the belt on Bayley, but she just kept staring at the belt. So you knew like there's that little bit where you're like, yep, she's definitely gonna turn. So I don't know, overall, I liked it. So
All right, what about you, Justin?
2.5 out of 5. I wasn't the biggest fan of the match. I mean, I like Bayley, but I was rooting for Sasha to win. They gotta put the title on Sasha. Yeah. She needs a decent title run.
JJ?
Okay. I'm giving it A++ for Sasha. Everything else was not. It was I would give the total match D, but Sasha's an A++. Sasha, I love you. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are a boss, you are a boss bitch, and you deserve a good title run.
He called her a boss bitch. Hello.
That's what she is.
Oh, hello. Good morning, boss bitch. A+. 2 snaps. 2 snaps. Sorry, 1, 2. Anyway,
Sasha fan.
Horny teenager alert. So
it was not horny.
So go ahead, Chris Idol. What do you think about this match?
I give it a 1.5 out of 5. Tamina was in it, so that's about as good as that should be.
Oh God,
Tamina
he fell out.
Wrestling Charlotte Flair, and it would still be a 1.5 just because it's Tamina. I didn't see Bayley winning. I didn't see that coming. But then again, Tamina was in the match, so automatically the whole dichotomy was thrown off. So props to Bayley. Cliff, I know we're talking about WrestleMania, but I remember earlier when I said that AJ and Undertaker was the greatest thing WWE ever produced. That women's segment on SmackDown last night with Tamina was the worst thing that WWE has ever produced. So we got the best and the worst of all the worlds in like a 7-day period. And that's my thoughts on that.
Okay, so since I'm the final, I want to put it out there that JJ literally was rolling on the floor, dying, laughing at you, Idol. He literally was snorting and laughing. So, 2 thumbs up for that. My rating for this match, let me get my paper.
No.
It gets a dud.
Oh, what? No.
Oh, shit.
I understand. I
It gets a
understand.
dud. Number one, Tamina. That's why it gets a dud.
Sasha neutralizes Tamina's.
No, she does
awfulness.
not, because Sasha didn't win. So if Sasha would have won, it would have gotten 2 stars. But because Sasha lost, she doesn't.
Sasha technically won the match.
Fuck that shit. Sasha lost, and she saved the match for her fucking best friend, the role model, Bailey. But the true role model in wrestling is Britt Baker. But we won't talk about that. This is a WrestleMania show. So, yeah, it gets a dud for me. This whole thing was a sham. It should have put the title on Sasha, but I understand why. Because we're going to wait later on so Sasha can turn on Bailey, and we get the Sasha and Bailey feud that we've won in the past 6 fucking months. But WWE is too fucking pussy to do it. So, it gets a dud. D-U-D, dud. But Sasha should have won. Tamina is ass. But with that being said, I'm going to quote the Red Dog here.
Oh, God.
And as I see in my 3-count handy-dandy notebook, this is what the Red Dog said on the 3-count WrestleMania preview show featuring the Muscle Man, Malcolm. If you don't follow him already, subscribe to him on YouTube, Muscle Man. You're right. Subscribe, Muscle Man Malcolm, YouTube.com/Muscle Man Malcolm. He said, this is what the Red Dog said. And he said, nobody is meaner than Tamina.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no. You know why?
Yeah.
Because nobody beat her on WrestleMania. It took everybody.
That's how terrible she is. Everyone beat her. Everyone.
Cliff, I want to let you. I am for the rest of the year. I am not going to let you down because I want you to look. Because the viewers can't, the listeners can't see this, but I wrote it down so I can always remember that you said nobody is meaner than Tamina. That is the most corniest cracker shit you could have ever fucking said. You know how bad that motherfucking bitch is. She is a terrible. Jimmy Snuka would be fucking pissed off that Tamina is wrestling in the WWE using that fucking stupid super kick that looks like fucking asinine. My fucking unborn child, my unborn son super kicks better than Tamina. And you said nobody is meaner than Tamina.
He has a t-shirt that says that.
I'd rather fucking stick I'd rather stick fucking thumbtack in my eyes than watch Tamina deliver a super kick and yet alone wrestle on WrestleMania. Fuck you, Cliff, for saying that shit. I want you to listen, because Cliff, you run the social media. I want you, listen, as the host of this show, and I guess I claim myself as the boss, I want you to post on Twitter after we get off of recording this show, nobody is meaner than Tamina, and tag yourself because you said that bullshit. You should be ashamed of yourself. Not only as a fan of professional wrestling, but as a wrestler yourself. You should be a damn ashamed of yourself. Nobody is meaner than Tamina. If that ain't the most corniest white cracker shit I have heard in my 23 years of living in this racist ass country of the United States.
United States? What the fuck is that?
You know what I mean, damn it.
I know. I don't live in a United States.
You know what the fuck I meant, damn it. Nobody is meaner than Tamina. Fuck that shit, man.
Listen, when someone sells a T-shirt that says that saying, I'm gonna quote that shit, and that's what I did.
No motherfucker on God's green earth is gonna buy a shirt that says nobody is meaner than Tamina. And if I see any motherfucker with that shirt on, I'm going to straight up smack them in their face and cough on them and make sure and pray to God that they get the fucking coronavirus. That's how bad I feel about this shit. That you fucking did that. I thought, listen, I'm gonna tell a story. So before we got on the air, I was getting, the votes that, that we said on the podcast, the review show, and I heard the Red Dog said this shit, and I legitimately lost my shit. You can ask JJ because he was listening to it with me. I said, no, he did not just say that. And even on the podcast, when we were recording that show, I said, you did not just say that.
You did not just say.
Don't show me no. Remember, nobody.
Oh my God.
Whoever is that person needs to get deleted from Twitter. They need their Twitter removed.
Yeah. It's not it.
But don't show me that bullshit. Tamina is the straight asinine of wrestling.
Hey, yo, wait.
No.
Hey,
no.
yo, this is the dude who tweeted it.
He looks retarded. He looks like he sucks dick. Okay? I'm going to put it out there. I don't know who that person is. I'm not even going to put his name out there so he doesn't get disrespected. But he sucks dick for money.
Yo.
Justin Del Rio, welcome to the 3 count and a Chad Evans rant. Because I am absolutely upset that my partner in crime, my best friend, Cliff Red Dog Miller, said nobody is meaner than Tamina. We're going to move on. God damn it. Fucking shit, man.
Put some respect on her name, okay? She's a 24/7 champion.
Kiss my ass, Cliff.
That's the only title she has.
My ass, Cliff. Kiss my ass.
Her little
You need to spell
down. That's fucking sad.
Fucking Christ. Even if Jesus knew about Tamina in his day, he wouldn't have rose from the dead. He would have stayed in his tomb. That's how I feel.
Oh no! You did not say that.
Yes, I fucking said it the day before Easter.
What is
I said that shit, and if Christ will crucify me for saying it, so be it, because I believe that shit. We're gonna move on to the Raw Women's Championship match.
Oh my God!
Shut the fuck up, JJ. We're gonna move on.
I was here to.
No, you don't.
So she would smack you.
She would have smacked me.
Oh my God!
I got my fiance texting me talking about, alrighty, calm that down. Anyway, so we're on the Raw Women's Championship match.
You might get lead again.
Nobody got that right because that was bullshit from the start.
Here we go.
So, I'll start off by saying bullshit. Chris Idol, later on explained to me, probably, we're not inside jobs, so we don't know what exactly was the reasoning behind it. But he said maybe due to the fact that the coronavirus and that the live shows, that maybe they didn't want to give Shayna the title and actually have a more of a reaction when Shayna wins the title, because who knows what would have happened, during the circumstances that we live in right now. And I understand that, and I get that, but it's still bull fucking shit. Shayna should have Becky for the title. Becky has gotten stale as a stale potato chip that you left out for 3 months straight. Have I ever done that? No, and I refuse to do that. But if I would, that title has gone. She has held that title for a year. Has she done a good job? Yes. I'm not going to discredit the man. Because Becky Lynch, honestly, is what keep people watching for Monday Night Raw. There is no one else on Monday Night Raw that people honestly look for but the man. And I will fight anyone who ever says otherwise. But the fact of the matter is that Shayna Baszler, the way they built this feud up, Shayna Baszler should have gone over. I give the match a 4.5 out of 5. I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed Shayna banging Becky's head into. There's a shirt that says "No one." Oh my god!
Oh,
Me in the middle of the lit out.
oh my god, that's a real fucking
It's on WWE.
I wasn't kidding. Yeah.
real. You know
I
Yeah.
what?
see that. Is that on WWE?
Yes.
You
Yes.
know what the most disgraceful part about that T-shirt is? It's not the saying. It's the fact that it doesn't even look good. That's not even a cool design.
No, it's not.
This in Photoshop minus like 2 minutes tops.
That
Oh my god. You're right.
who made that shirt? That's not even a good design. Actually,
I'm a pretty good
I take it back.
Ladies and
That
gentlemen,
is the
ladies and gentlemen,
perfect befitting of Tamina.
I-
If Tamina's gonna have
I
a
just
shirt,
put it out
that's
there.
exactly what it should look like. Never mind, I take it back.
I just want to say to everyone listening to this podcast right now that I apologize. I apologize for offending anybody that I have offended over the course of this podcast as a whole and this episode period. But if you bought that shirt that said no one is meaner than Tamina, go eat fucking shit. Go play in fucking traffic and go die.
Oh my god! You want me to buy that shirt?
And if you're offended by what I just said, fuck you. You deserve to be offended because I am personally offending the people that actually bought that shirt. Because if you think Tamina is any type of a good wrestler, then you should go fucking watch some fucking motherfuckers wrestle on a fucking mattress in their fucking backyard.
Oh my god.
Fucking got me pissed off. That's a real fucking shirt. Anyway, we're gonna continue with the Raw Women's Championship match. I can't believe you showed me that shit. Like I said, no one got this right because we all thought Shayna was gonna win. The match gets so I don't know what the I don't even fucking know. Go ahead, Cliff. Fucking fuck.
I would give the match 4.5 as well. I thought Shayna should have gone over. And you're right, Becky. Becky is kind of getting stale, and I think the biggest problem too was they tried to revamp this badassness of her with like driving a semi around and looking all cool.
Bullshit. They fucking did that shit for 2 weeks in a row on Monday Night Raw. Like that was gonna make me pop because it happened on WrestleMania. Like we didn't just do the same shit 2 weeks in a row. Fuck WWE for that. Fuck Vince.
And
Not Russo, but fuck Vince Russo for making the Brawl for All. If you haven't seen Dark Side of the Ring, make sure you see that on.
That was
Vice.
the smartest decision ever.
I'm gonna smack the shit out you.
But I was gonna say, yeah, that it 4.5. But they try to make Becky seem all cool and stuff. Whatever. But yeah, 4.5. I thought Shayna should have won.
Go ahead, Justin.
The match was good for what it was. I mean, they're saving Shayna for SummerSlam in my opinion. So that's just me. They're saving Shayna. And I give it a 3.5 out of 5.
It was an okay match. I just feel like it killed the momentum for Shayna a bit because if
This shirt has tiger stripes on it. What the fuck?
We're gonna make an episode dedicated to an I Hate Tamina episode. We're gonna do it on a random day. It's not gonna be a regular episode. It's gonna be like a bonus episode. We're just gonna shit on Tamina because how bad she fucking is. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that we gotta go off on another tangent about Tamina. But it absolutely pisses me off that they think for a fucking split second that any motherfucking body is gonna buy that fucking shirt. Tamina, if you're listening to this podcast, I mean, honestly, you're probably not. But listen, if you're listening, no one fucking likes you. You're trash. Your father is ashamed of you. He is rolling. Is Jimmy Snuka dead?
Yes, he died in 2013, I think.
Well, he is rolling in his fucking grave because of how shitty you are as a professional wrestler, and that you will never ever be on the level of Charlotte fucking Flair.
He died in 2017.
27. He's still fucking dead. He killed his girlfriend or fucking wife. He's a murderer, and his fucking daughter is a fucking piece of shit as a fucking wrestler. Yes, I said it. Fucking sue me. Anyway, JJ, go talk about this fucking Raw Women's Championship match before I have another aneurysm.
Thank you so much, my brother, for your rant. But anyway, let's continue with the show. Yes, pray. You need to pray because what you said some pretty fucked up shit. You need to repent. Repent in the name of Jesus. But anyway,
I need Jesus, Allah, and Buddha for Christ's sake.
Yo, he just said all three religions. Well,
And Seth.
No, I'm not going. I won't do that. I'm not going to do that.
You almost did though.
Yeah, well, he almost said yes. But anyway, okay, this was a solid match. Well, it wasn't solid. I just thought it was okay. I think they've slowed Shayna's momentum a ton with this decision. If they had so much problem with wanting to do it in front of a crowd, then why did Drew McIntyre win? That would be my case and point there. So there's no reason why Shayna shouldn't have won. They've built up Shayna as this badass, this badass, like nobody can touch her. Like the Royal Rumble. I think she eliminated like 5 or 6 people in like the first minute or something. I can't remember entirely. I know the encyclopedia probably knows. But yeah, and then the Elimination Chamber, it was just the Shayna Chamber match. She literally just ragdolled everybody in the Chamber match. So I just thought that Becky should have lost. And then it's the way that Becky won. It was terrible. You guys can watch it. I don't want to say it. So I'm gonna give my letter grade. My letter grade for it is a D+. This probably would have been of C, or if Shayna would have won, or if they would have did a better finish, because that was bullshit. That's how I'm gonna keep it.
Go ahead, Idol.
I give it 4. I give it 4.5. I enjoyed it. Becky winning caught me by surprise. I agree. Becky is getting a little stale. I don't think it's her fault though. I think legit, other than Charlotte, Bayley, and Sasha, none of the other women really are on that kind of superstar level. Like on the Raw side, there's really no good heels for, Becky to work with. So I think that plays into why she's getting a little stale. As far as how she won, I think if you make the decision to have Becky win, that's probably the best way to do it, because you certainly don't want Shayna to tap the disarmer. Like, that's not going to happen. So if you're going to have Becky win, you kind of want to give her kind of like a little bit of a fluke victory. Like, this is how a babyface should win.
You're right. I agree.
Yeah, this is how a babyface should win without using like a finisher or something, not like what Elias did in that travesty.
Alrighty, Mr. Del Rio, not related to Alberto.
Did I already give my take on it or no?
I don't even know, man. I had a whole rant.
He gave his take already. It was right before, I believe, your third Tamina rant.
Okay, because like, alrighty then. So we can move on then, right?
Yes.
Jesus Christ! I didn't expect to have a whole Tamina rant. So
Fuck you, Cliff.
it's Cliff's fault.
No.
Oh.
Fuck you, Cliff.
Just wait. No, hey, you can respond to that after the show.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so we're gonna move
I'll
on.
watch it after.
To the NXT Women's Championship match. This was the first time NXT had a spotlight on WrestleMania. So we had Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. If you heard the WrestleMania review show, me, Idol, and JJ here, we have learned our lesson.
We know better.
We know better. And that is to never bet against a Flair. And I'm not just going to say Charlotte. A Flair, period. And with that being said, the people in the 3 count who were correct on their prediction was myself, Chris Idol, and JJ. Now, Cliff has learned his lesson to not bet against a Flair. And as we all seen and as we know, Charlotte Flair is your new NXT Women's Champion. So, with that being said, JJ, you can start. I'll follow you, then Idol, then Mr. Del Rio, who's not related to Alberto, and then Cliff, because you are a loser, you will be last. So go ahead, JJ.
All right. So my rating for this match is A. I thought it was probably one of the best match, not including the cinematic matches of the card. So that's how I'll put it. And I would like to sing y'all a tune. Charlotte Flair and her mighty shovel. Those are the pearls so shovel will get buried. Yeah. Captain America.
Anyway, so I dropped the microphone, guys, because I didn't know what the fuck that was. But
It was terrible.
did you give your rating? Okay, so I get this match was actually, I think, was the best match of the whole weekend.
Say it again, brother.
I think this match was the best match of the whole weekend.
There we go. Give me up top. Yeah.
So, I give this a 4.8 out of 5. I enjoyed this match. I was shocked that it started off night 2, but it was a great way to start off night 2. Like I said, you never bet against a Flair, and I don't bet against the Flair anymore.
That damn shovel.
That damn shovel is a real shovel. And so I enjoyed this match. Charlotte and Rhea could honestly wrestle for the rest of the year, and I'd perfectly be okay with it. Like I said, it gets a 3.8 out of 5. And I said 3.8, 4.8 out of 5. But this was a really good match. I enjoyed the match. I was invested in it, and yeah, it gets a 4.8 out of 5. It's like a little shy from 5.5 because this was a diet WrestleMania. So honestly, no match. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. No match is gonna get a 5 out of 5 for me for this diet WrestleMania or WrestleMania Light. So, but yeah, I enjoyed the fuck out of it, man. Charlotte won. as we all should have known. But yeah, what do you think, Idol?
I think this match right here showed the entire world two things. One, you don't bet against the Flair. And two, Charlotte showed she is the best women's wrestler on the planet. I'm going to give this 4 3/4. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. One of the best women's matches I've ever seen. It's certainly in the top 5. I loved everything about it, man. I really did. And I think while a lot of people would say, oh, maybe Rhea should have went over, we can debate whether that's true or not. But in defeat, I don't think Rhea looked weak. She took Charlotte to the limit. And, you know, it could have went either way. It was one of those matches where through how they were working, how they were, you know, the structure of it, it was one of those where it's like, man, that one could have went either way. But because Charlotte's got that experience edge, she was able to pull out that victory. And yeah, I loved it. I don't have anything bad to say about it. They killed it.
Justin?
Yeah, 4 out of 5 for the match. It was good. I'm really upset that Charlotte beat Rhea, but it is what it is. I guess you're right. We should never, bet against Flair, no matter how much I hate Charlotte. Woo! I'm excited. I'm now curious to see what Rhea's next steps are after this. It'll be interesting. So 4 out of 5 for me.
All right, loser. I'm sorry, Cliff.
All right, well, fuck you. Anyway, 4 3/4 stars. I liked the match a lot. And I'll tell you, the moment that I realized that Rhea was losing the match, and it wasn't even when we did the predictions, it was when she came out dressed as Vegeta from Dragon Ball, and I was deeply saddened by that.
She was going to lose regardless of what she wore.
Shut the fuck up.
Wow.
I think this is the most hostile podcast we've done so far.
I agree. This has been extremely hostile, probably because it's I blame the coronavirus. That's what I'm gonna blame.
Stuck in the house all day.
Niggas been stuck in the house. Like I don't know about you, Justin, but we got a stay-at-home order, so we can't leave our houses unless it's like for essential shit, like going to the store or like, Justin and Cliff, they're essential workers, so they have no choice but to leave their house.
I just can't, like, everything else is closed, but like you said, just the stores. If I need to go get food, I go to the store, but I have nowhere else to go.
See, my job found a loophole in the governor's order, so I still have to go to work.
What do you do?
And I'm a non-essential business. I'm a karate instructor, my guy. And they found a loophole in the governor's order that says non-essential businesses can still work by using minimal operation. So we film our karate classes via Zoom, and that's minimal operation. So I still go to work, but this nigga here, JJ, doesn't even have school. He has online school. But I blame coronavirus for this hostile show. And for ladies and gentlemen, the next couple of shows are going to be even more hostile. I just feel that way. So we're going to move on to our last 2 matches, which are the world title matches. Well, I don't know if you call the Universal world title, but
the Galaxy title.
Sure. So, with that being said, we have our next match is the Universal Championship, which was defended Goldberg and fuck him, Braun Strowman. I was the only one to predict this right, but I feel bad that I was right because I hate Braun Strowman and I hate Goldberg. Fuck Braun Strowman because he had the nerve to talk shit about indie wrestlers. And fuck Goldberg because he's like 50-something years old and only does a spear and a jackhammer because it's all the fuck he can do. But anyway, he can barely do a jackhammer. But like I said,
that's all he could do in 1998 as well.
Exactly, and it's 2020, and he can still only do that. I was the only one to predict Braun Strowman taking the title, so I'll start off. Cliff, you can go after me. Justin, you'll go after Cliff. JJ, you'll go after Justin, and Chris Idol, you'll lead us on the back end. This match gets a fucking dud. What the fucking fuck was this? Let's be completely honest. What the fuck is the point of a finishing move if we just do it 4 times in a row? I want to ask the audience and our listeners. So if you listen to this podcast, if you have anything to say about what we said, please tweet us at 3count_pod, Instagram us, Facebook us. We want to know what you have to say. But I want to challenge anyone who listens to tell me, what is the point of a finisher if it doesn't finish the match? What's the point? If we do it 4 times in a row, it's not a finisher. It's a signature. Am I right or am I wrong? Wrong. Shut the fuck up, JJ. You're like 18 and don't know shit. Anyway.
Oh my god.
These guys did spear after spear after spear, then power slam after power slam. And we're going to get into the WWE title match later. And I had the same thing about that match. But what the fuck is the point? What's the point of a finisher if it doesn't finish the match? And that's not even for this match. That's for wrestling, period. For wrestling in general. Why do we have finishing moves if we do them 16 fucking times in a match? This match gets a fucking dud. Because of the simple fact that there was no wrestling. This was literally WWE 2K20, and I had my finishers at like unlimited, and I kept hitting the fucking triangle button and hitting my finisher on you. So the fuck what? Braun Strowman took the title off of Goldberg. It doesn't get him fucking over. He's not over. It's fucking 2 years too fucking late. 3 years. That makes it even fucking worse. Like, come on, man. Like, I understand that Vince is probably pissed that, go ahead, say your nickname.
Big Daddy Roman.
That he bailed out on WrestleMania because he has leukemia, even though Vince has no right to be mad. But for Christ's sake, like, this match, honestly, was absolutely asinine. It was asinine to the point of, why the fuck am I watching this? That's where I felt like. That's why I give it a fucking, what did it say? D-U-D. Dud. It's fucking stupid. I hate these fucking matches that with Goldberg and Brock and all these old guys. They just do finisher after finisher after finisher, and we're just gonna act like it just, that means something. That's not wrestling. That's fucking video game wrestling. That's what the fuck Jim Cornette be going the fuck off on. And that's why Jim Cornette low-key has a point with fucking shit that he says, because it makes no fucking sense. Anyway, who's next? I don't even know who's fucking next.
Yeah, pretty sure Cliff is next.
I said Cliff was next. Cliff, go ahead. I didn't rip the fucking page out that said John Cena because it's so fucking pissed off.
So I'm gonna give the match a 1 star.
You're fucking nice, Cliff. Be honest. Be honest. Don't give it a 1 because you have to be different and give a different opinion for the sake of the podcast. Be fucking honest.
All right, I'm gonna give it half a star.
Exactly.
But here's the issue that I have, right? So it's funny because you bring it up. Goldberg's finisher was never the spear, but he hit it like 40 fucking times in the match, so it might as well have been. And Braun, like, I don't understand like why he power slammed Goldberg 6 times. Like, that didn't make sense either. Like, I get it. I get what a finisher is supposed to do, but I don't think Goldberg was gonna kick out of the first one. Like, I would have just written it off.
A 50 fucking year old man.
Yeah, that's my point. Like, it is what it is. Half a star. Hey, it is what it is. Congrats to Braun, I guess, for winning, but yeah, whatever.
Go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, I give it no stars. Dud.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being honest. Okay, I want to applaud you. If everyone in the 3 can give him a round of applause for being fucking honest. It's a fucking what?
Dud.
D-U-D. Done.
It was boring. It didn't need to happen. Braun Strowman winning was way long overdue, and I don't think he's gonna hold that title out very long at all. So, dud. This is a boring match.
Go ahead, Chris Idol.
Yeah, I gotta give it a dud. This match didn't do anything for me. Props to Braun, and I know you hate Bill, but I like Goldberg, but this didn't do it for me. I gotta give it the good old DUD.
Go ahead, JJ.
Okay, so
Watching
I'm
give it
just
5 stars.
look. I typically use letter grades to describe matches, but I'm actually going to follow the rules for once, and I'm going to give it a fucking dud.
Thank you.
But hold on, I want to continue this rant. Real quick. Wait a minute. Hold on. No, you can put it down, Chad.
I'm gonna leave my dud
Okay.
sign up because I want everyone to understand how fucking stupid that this shit was, and that creative. I don't give a fuck. Give me the microphone real quick because I don't give a fuck how fucking at the last minute that they had that that Roman Reigns pulled out. Praise God that he did pull it out because he was actually smart and gave a fucking shit about his family and the people that he came in contact with to not wrestle. But this shit was absolutely stupid. Dud.
All right, so here's why I'm gonna rant. I'm gonna try to put it in a nice way possible. Now you see, we did a Universal title match for this, right? We saw Goldberg beat The Fiend. I think what really hurts the most is that The Fiend's character is kind of fucked in a way. You lose to Goldberg, right? And like 2 spears and whatever the hell the jackhammer was, right? And then on that, Goldberg gets beat by Braun Strowman. So are you technically saying Braun Strowman is stronger than The Fiend per se? I mean, I know they're gonna have a match, but it just hurts because it's like this match shouldn't have been for the title. This title shouldn't have even been on Goldberg. And what makes it even worse is I found out a rumor that Goldberg refused to lose to The Fiend.
Because Goldberg, motherfucking Oldberg, is a fucking old ass piece of decrepit shit. Continues, JJ.
I like Goldberg personally, but the thing I think is his years are behind him. If you wanted to wrestle so bad, you should never quit in 2003.
But no, because Big Daddy Vince didn't, he bought WCW and treated the WCW stars like shit. Oh, we're not gonna go. I'm gonna sit on my ass because of the Turner Fuck Goldberg. Continue, JJ.
But yeah, I just feel like it just ruins The Fiend in a way because The Fiend should have never lost to Goldberg. And yeah, this was shitty. Braun's gonna lose the title to The Fiend in like a couple of weeks, so like Braun's title reign is gonna matter. It's not. What did this accomplish?
absolutely fucking nothing because Braun Strowman is still not over.
Yeah, it's
Just like Lance Archer is not over with Jake the Snake as his manager. Yes, I said it.
damn. But
We're
yeah,
talking about WrestleMania, Chaz.
Lost my headphone. Can't fucking hear and shit.
but yeah, that's we're gonna leave it just like that. And yeah.
I don't even know who's fucking next. Somebody say something.
Okay, so we're gonna transition over. We're going to the WWE Championship match.
No, nigga, the motherfucker, everyone didn't say their point. This is why you're not the host. Who didn't go yet? Raise their hand.
I was the last person to go.
You were the last person?
Yes.
Oh, never mind.
He was.
This WrestleMania has pissed me off so fucking much, y'all. This is the most hostile episode of the three. I have lost pages in my 3-count notebook. Ladies and gentlemen, the main event of WrestleMania is the WWE Championship, and that is Brock Lesnar versus Drew
You
McIntyre.
do it right. You gotta say Brock Lesnar.
I'm not Paul Heyman, so I'm not going to say it like Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
can't pull it off.
I'm not going to disrespect Paul Heyman because I absolutely adore and love Paul Heyman. So, the WWE Heavyweight Championship of the World, Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre. I'm the only one to get this match right because all you all are haters. So I'll start off. Cliff, you'll follow me. Justin, you'll follow Cliff. Chris Idol, you'll follow Mr. Del Rio, not related to Alberto. And then JJ, you will get us on the back end. This was also bullshit. They tried to trick you, though. They tried to trick you with some actual maybe match bullshit. But what did we see? A bunch of F5s. And guess what? He kicked out.
No, it's not even that he kicked out, Chaz. Say it.
He fucking kicked out.
No.
What? What do you want me to say?
He kicked out at 1.
He kicked out. You're right. He kicked out at 1. And for ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, wrestling involves a 3 count. Like the show title, 3 count. Uno, dos, tres. 1, 2, 3. Un, deux, trois. I said it in 3 different languages.
Oh, I got the last one. That's French.
Yeah, exactly. If you didn't understand, he kicked out at 1. He done buried every motherfucker that ever wrestled Brock Lesnar in the past 18 fucking years. But it's okay because he won. Drew McIntyre won. He got his victory. He's the chosen one, blah, 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 blah. This match in itself
Do it.
gets a dud. A fucking dud. You would think I'd give it at least a 1 star because Drew McIntyre got his W, but no, because what's the fucking point, like I said before, of a fucking finisher? I want every person that listens to this podcast to tweet us, to Facebook us, to Instagram us, and give me an answer to what's the point of a finisher if it doesn't finish the match. Exactly. Because of everyone's silence means there is no point. So when I go wrestle after the COVID-19 pandemic ends, I'm going to keep on doing the super kick or the Styles Clash 16 times. What is the point of a finisher?
Okay, well, you using Style Clash is a terrible example. AJ Styles is not gonna hit.
Example, but shit, you get
Style
my
Clash.
Rio
I mean, but
related to Alberto. You get my point.
it makes sense
don't
sometimes
yell
to
at the
use the
gal.
finisher on multiple occasions.
Yeah, you know, it on the if circumstance Cliff is out here laying on his couch like he's at a. No, I cannot. My fiance just pulled out, or I'm gonna let put on the guest. She's like, calm down, Chaz. I can't calm down because I care too much about wrestling and I enjoy this too much because they have shitted on the business. It's almost 10 o'clock. Too fucking bad.
Are you talking about all finishers or just some?
Wrestling of fucking finishers.
Are you talking about all wrestling or just some occasions?
God damn. I don't know. I'm so mad because finishers mean nothing in WWE. No, not even in wrestling. Finishers mean absolutely nothing. Super kick party. A man named Shawn Michaels finished matches with a fucking kick to the jaw. And what do the Young Bucks do? Do it 17 times a match, and we call it a fucking 7-star match.
This is definitely like a conversation for another time.
Right, it is. But I have started. But back to the point, it gets a dud. Go ahead, JJ, because I can't do this.
Oh, okay. Chaz has said everything that I was gonna say, and I'm not gonna use my letter grades for this. The match itself is a dud. I'm happy that Drew won, but it's still a dud. They tried to throw smoke screens at you, like, "Hey, we did the right thing. We got the right champion. So love us and rate this up." No. This is a dud. There's no point of having a finisher if he doesn't finish the match. It's not even that. It's the fact that this man Brock hit like 4 F5, so basically he did F20, and Drew still.
Oh, I get it. I get that math. I get it.
Math. It's not, I can't believe I did the right multiplication. But yes, it wasn't good. Him kicking out at 1 in the F5, like Chaz said, it buries every single body that got hit with an F5. It buries Samoa Joe, who took like 1 F5, and then that was it. But let's not get started. So yeah,
different conversation for another time.
Yeah, it's a conversation for another time. Yep, he's literally raging. Calm your nerves. He's probably gonna be like drinking nonstop for the rest of the night. But yeah, this was a dud. I'm happy Drew won. It sucks that he didn't have it in front of the fans, but this match still fucking sucks.
Go ahead, Cliff. God fucking damn it.
In the interest of fairness, I'm going to give this half a star as well. You're right.
Nice.
Yeah, whatever. So I have to just give it half a star. It is what it is. Glad Drew won. Glad the title's off of Brock. Hopefully we could just see the titles more often on TV. That's all I care about. Next.
Go ahead, Mr. Del Rio, not related to Alberto.
Yeah, no, dud match. Good for Lesnar though. I mean, good for McIntyre. Dud match. Good for McIntyre. I have no rating for it.
Mr. Chris Idol.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I think I'm gonna go half a star.
You're being too fucking nice.
There were more moves.
Absolutely too fucking nice.
Because Drew won. That's why you give it half a star.
There was more substance to this match than there was the Braun Goldberg match. And I'm a big Drew fan, so I was happy he won. So I give it a half star.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the WrestleMania. So I'm going to, right now, if I can find my fucking notes, if I didn't rip it out my fucking book.
Can we hook Chaz up to a blood pressure monitor for like the next few weeks during these tapings? Just so we can how high it gets by the end.
For the 12, I think this is episode 12 for us. I don't even fucking know. But I have never been so upset and so rant in any of the fucking episodes we have done for this fucking diet WrestleMania show that we had. Anyway, so I'm going to give us the percentage for everyone that was on their predictions. So, Cliff, your predictions from out of 16 matches, you were correct was 43%.
Sweet.
JJ, you have at a 50% correct.
Yes, I beat Cliff. That's all that matters.
Chris Idol, you were a 56% correct.
Okay.
And last but not least, myself, I was at a 62%.
Oh, you rigged it.
I did
You
not.
rigged it. You knew the matches before they happened.
Yes.
You rigged it. You're a booker for WWE. You suck.
Yeah, like my team didn't prove that I'm not. So,
I wasn't in the last podcast and I didn't give my predictions, but yeah.
so with that being said, if you get over a 50%, if you get a 50 that does not count, you get a W. So with that being said, for the year so far, me and Chris Idol are 1-0 with predictions, whereas Cliff and JJ, you are 0-1.
I won over Cliff, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, whatever, as far as percentage wise. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep track for the rest of the pay-per-views as far as wrestling throughout the year. And at the end of the year, we're going to see who gets who booked the rest, who booked the show the best. So sometime, towards the end of the year, we'll get a whole little trophy. I'm not going to get a trophy, but a recognition for getting the most right at this point in juncture. This is the conclusion of our WrestleMania review. So, with that being said, I want to give a huge thank you to Justin Del Rio for coming on the show right now and listening to my rant of the Diet WrestleMania, too big for one night.
Thank you so much for having me, dude. It was last minute. It wasn't even planned. It was just.
You're right. It wasn't.
Spontaneous.
But listen, man, you're always, like I said, you're always welcome at any point in time, man. You're always welcome on this show.
Thank you.
You are a personal friend of the podcast.
After all that yelling you did, he probably doesn't want to come back. He'll probably not.
I'll come back. Just let me know, man.
Yeah.
Keep me updated.
Hopefully the next time you come back, I'm not as hostile as this one. You just caught me on like a real special day.
It's all good, man. We're in the tough time right now. You gotta let your anger out.
But yeah, man, you're welcome any point, anytime. If you want to come on the show, you let me, Cliff, Chris Idol, JJ, let us know. You're on here no matter what, man. You're a friend of the podcast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being on here.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, April 20th episode of the 3 Count. Big Ben Bishop will be on the show. He's gonna be on the show. Our first indie wrestler. I'm not gonna say indie wrestler. Our first wrestler, period, is gonna be on the show, joining us on the 3 Count. So that's something special.
I had Izzy that day.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I got Izzy that day.
Also, the 3 Count Super Pod Greatest Wrestler of All Time is dropping this Wednesday. So you're hearing this episode on a Monday, and that is the 13th of April. So you're hearing this episode on the 13th, but guess what? 2 days later, the final brackets of the Super Pod will be dropping. So you'll find out who from the 3 Count, Nerds of Wrestling, Franken Culture, and No Spots podcast will be giving you who is their greatest wrestler of all time. So you don't want to miss that. Also, we will be here next week, as always, giving you entertainment, because that's what the fuck this is at this point. Entertainment, debating everything that is wrestling, because we are a debate podcast. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who has listened and stuck with the 3 count so far. We've started in January, and I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, and I can speak for everyone here, the 3 count, we appreciate everyone. We appreciate everyone who listens, who subscribes, who comments, everything. We appreciate it. So, with that being said, we want to also thank Hollow Drive for their official theme for the Red Dogs power rankings, because that is now a staple here on 3 count. And my name is Chaz Evans, here with Justin Del Rio, Chris Idol, JJ, and the Red Dog. We are here with the 3 count saying so long, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next week on the 3 count.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
And nobody's meaner than Tamina.
I should have used Tamina, damn it.
Oh, his wrong button.
Have a good night, guys.
Oh, wow, Cliff left.
I don't think he meant to meant to leave. Was
Yep.
he bad?
Yeah, I hit the wrong button. My bad.
It's all good. Jesus.